Finally, I have everything that I need. Thanks to that mad poet, I have the Necronomicon and a destination, finally, to locate the forgotten city of Neruzavin. This journey will be a long one, surely across land and seas both. But after all the effort that has been put forth, after everything I have attempted over the last few years, this is the victory lap. I will be denied no longer. The black stars beckon, and I will find them. I am Count Hasserton Lowls IV, and when I am done here, no academics throughout the inner seas will forget this name. Somewhere, deep within these sands, I will build history.
Sweepy. We've been spending a lot of time in the dream world. I'm really tired from walking through the desert, and then we got to this like cavanass. I don't even know how to say it.
Caravanserai, I believe is the word you're looking for.
We went to a run downtown, and it was really sandy, and we found like these like dream weapons, which were really fun. And then we met this weird shopkeeper, and then he made all my friends disappear, and everything went dark, and I got really scared. And that's the last I remember.
Everything did go dark for a moment. You felt almost as if you were falling. Like the floor had simply disappeared from underneath you and you had dropped into the void. But you only felt this feeling for a brief moment before everything rushed back to you and your eyes flew open to see the cabin of the Sullen Starling around you. And Reese, standing over you, just sort of prodding your shoulder with the toe of her boot. And she quickly, her eyes go a little wide, looks side to side. You're not sure at what. You're still kind of getting your grips. Oh, hail.
Did we do it?
Did I mess it up? It's not easy to get you out of it. I thought this was some kind of magical slumber. I barely touched you.
I'm a light sleeper. Wait, is everyone else awake?
She just sort of gestures at the room. And you look around at the ritual circle that you had spent an hour preparing and see Cammy, Trey, MD, and Marius all just unconscious where they were sat before, where they had passed the staircase around, done their incantations, just crumpled on the floor. Trey, snoring as heavily as always. I wasn't sure if it worked. Honestly, you
was I like panicking? Did you kick me awake because I was freaking out?
No, I barely touched you with the toe of my boot. You passed the
Marius looks like he's
you gave that. I passed the staircase thing around. It got handed to Cammy. And she just dropped it on the floor, and
it got really big.
No, she just dropped it. It clattered to the wood, and nothing happened. And all you just kind of fell over.
Oh no! It got real heavy, and we fell in. And
she points over like MD in the corner, where he's over by the door, where he just is slumped down against the wall. And we have a hero point from Scott. Let's start the show off right. Get MD ready for a fight. A true hero needs a little help to give the enemy a big whelp. Take that, good sir.
Pierce resistance. Thanks, Scott.
Oh. Damn, I can't believe that woke you up. We spent an hour doing this. It was this kind of magical sleep that the slightest touch and you're awake like it's nothing.
And I got really scared too.
What are we supposed to do? Just leave you here in the middle of the cabin all night?
Probably. It's like that's how long you sleep. I guess like it's a few hours. I guess we can just watch over their bodies. So if I go to sleep,
You can't
again,
like get back into it. You're not like connected to this or something. Just close your eyes. Maybe
yeah.
you'll go back.
All right, I'll hold the little staircase,
Which
and
is
I try
literally
to go
just sitting on its side in front of Cammy, just on the floor.
like, all right, I'm gonna try it.
It's in a puddle of my drool.
The two scholars, Gossa and Rebin, are off to the side, very curiously watching the elven woman scribbling furiously with notes. The man just kind of, neat. Interested expression on his face as you pick up the staircase and just kind of close your eyes.
And then like, wait, how long was I out?
I don't know, a couple of seconds maybe.
A couple of seconds. You were going through that desert for hours.
What desert?
Oh, it was like a sandy desert with Wireli was there.
Makes my skin crawl. Well, damn it! Then it worked, and I just messed everything
No,
up.
it's the first time. We didn't even know it was going to work this time.
I didn't even know if it did work.
Well,
And I figured if it did, it wouldn't have been that easy to wake you back up.
I mean, I fall asleep really easy too, so it should be fine. I'm just gonna.
Well, I don't know. Just hang onto the staircase and try to go back to sleep. I'll go sit over there and see if it puts you back or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
You can see her. It's rare that Reese is flustered, but she clearly is a little red at this, even in
it's
just
fine, I'm not.
the light of the cabin, as she just kind of head down, storms off over to the side, and just sort of sits on the corner, leaning back against the post next to one of the hammocks, and just sort of glares at the group of bodies piled around the middle of the floor, while you get to sit there with your little metal staircase and just kind of hold on to it.
I'll go over to where she is. I'll get up.
No, get back in the circle! What are you doing?
I don't. You seem sad. Seemed upset.
I'm not sad.
Well,
I'm frustrated. It's different. Look,
Okay.
I don't.
it's not your fault. You were just checking. Okay, now you're mad at me. I was gonna say that we're not mad at you, but now you're.
I'm not. This is so out of my depth.
I mean, this is what you wanted, right? Me to get my memories back, go back to this
Yes,
place.
but like I didn't. I don't know. 2 weeks ago, I didn't know any of this would ever be possible. This was just something I heard Medicine and Cammy talk about in passing. It's something that they do with this, and it's not something I ever experienced or been a part of. It didn't even seem like it was real. And now we're halfway down the river on a boat to who knows where. Well, I mean, Casimir, we know where. But where after that? Chasing after the Count into Neruzavin?
I know.
A city that no one's ever heard of, that theoretically doesn't even exist?
I mean, we could always just veer. Get a revenge and just veer off.
I don't want
Maybe.
to go back. I want this to work. That's the whole reason I came to work with Medicine in the first place. Because I know that whatever and wherever Carcosa is, there's something to it. And it's working, and I messed it up. And I'm not usually the person screwing up the simple stuff, alright? I'm not usually the one that doesn't have a clue what's going on. I feel like
I don't know what's going on either, to be honest. I think they seem fine. I don't know if they need me 100%. Like, I don't know, but I do half the time I just make a little rhyme and then someone feels a little bit better.
None of you even have your memories, and I feel like you understand more of this than I do.
I don't know.
Whatever, just go back to sleep. See if you can get back in there. Lay down.
Okay.
Go back over by the circle and lay down where you were.
Okay.
And see if you can get back at least. See if you can, I don't know, fix this.
All right.
They probably need you.
Yeah, it's.
And she just kind of looks at Trey, just snoring on the ground like a hump. He looks like he's having a tough time of it.
All right. Yeah, we are kind of co-captains in there, so probably need some guidance.
So then get in there and do something.
All right. See you in the morning.
And he just sits. You go back over to your circle with your little staircase, and while you try to go back to sleep. Honestly, the whole of this ritual is kind of a new thing to you. It seems silly. Honestly, you've got no concept of whether or not this is going to work. It seems, perhaps even feels a little stupid. All right, I'll give you a pivot. From Mr. Foxhound, sir. Please make this as absurd as you can. This whole situation is pretty absurd. With a wheel, what I was going to do was cut back over to the rest of the party while Easy just sort of lays there and eventually just falls back into a regular sleep. But you know what's more ridiculous than that? Give me a second. Meanwhile, back in the caravanserai, we have the rest of our party here, who, let's go ahead and have you all introduce yourselves. Why are we clapping? 'Cause this is not introductions.
We were having the staff bring in like a cake for us. They were gonna sing, but I don't know where they are.
So we'll do it after people introduce. So.
There's somebody's birthday in the office.
All right, you start. I'll point at someone. Go.
I'm Marcus. I play Marius, the Ghoul Dwarf Ranger. We just got done fighting Goop. We're kind of still just stuck in the dream world, you know. I don't know where I'm going with this. Somebody start.
Good intro. Good job.
Good answer.
Good answer.
answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
Weird
Good answer.
energy
Good answer.
today on Strange Aeons.
Very weird. I'm Colby. I play our full-blooded orc rogue who has dark bags under his eyes and looks extremely exhausted for being asleep. It is not a good time.
You are quite literally asleep. And we mentioned this. Stop it.
We love
Stop
that.
the random clapping. We mentioned this briefly last week. I don't remember if it was during the episode or in the post show. That you were taken down to dying several times. You were knocked out. You were knocked out in the dream. You were asleep in the real world, so you woke up in the dream world and got knocked out in the dream world.
Where do you go?
Where
Where do you go?
What happens then? Where does your mind go while you're dying in a dream, projecting from the waking world?
Deeper dream.
I was about to say probably deeper into the dream world.
Into the gutter.
Into Ling.
Just in a totally
Leonardo DiCaprio's down there.
It's a snowy
Forever.
mountain.
Yeah, forever.
All right.
Howdy, I'm Derp, and I play Trey Huglum, the full-blooded hobgoblin fighter in full plate with a big pokey stick that didn't do diddly against the U's, but I tried.
You gave it your best.
But he tried.
But you
He
tried.
tried.
But
He
you
tried.
tried.
He tried harder than any of us.
I want you guys to know I have a woe right now.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
That's
No,
why we're having
I
fun
saw it.
now.
I saw it.
got just saying 220. I got a whoa.
We all lose our hands.
Chilling.
If we just keep this bit going,
Just so you know.
he can never announce. My name is Sully. I play Cammy, the itty bitty gnomish witch, who in the real world is currently, you know, like in a cartoon, like you blow a bubble of snot or something, like the little character
Disgusting.
drooling and snoring.
Bubble,
But in
like
this
inflating
world,
and deflating.
yeah. But in this world, she is preparing to fight. This time, she's gonna get him. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know what's wrong with the Dreamlands. Dreamlands energy. That's what's going on. It's just Dreamlands energy here today.
He's back.
Dream class.
He's back.
We've
My
been in the
least
dream.
favorite bit.
We've been in the dream for
Favorite
2
bit.
episodes. You've won 2 pairs of rock, paper, scissors.
Yes.
Whoa.
Everything's
I'm
wrong.
in my element.
Everything
in
is
book
wrong in the
reading.
universe. This is not how things are supposed to work. The 4 of you
Right.
are here, still in the caravanserai, having lost Easy some time ago. The same time you had lost the rest of your companions, as that specter of a shopkeeper, a thief, passed and worked some magic to hide you all from each other. But you made it through. You refound each other, except for Easy, of course. Dealt with some more problems and worked your way up to an office on the 2nd level where you met a figure at the end of our episode last week. A figure dressed in robes made from yellow curtains, it seems, from around the caravanserai, just draped across his shoulders, hanging somewhat peculiarly. A man with a face that you would recognize, even though you may not remember him properly. Count Hasserton Lowls IV. Eyes wide, smile upon his face. Thick beard still hanging from his chin.
Can you call that a smile?
Clearly, more of a smirk.
That's more like
I suppose.
I mean,
It's-
the eyes
that's-
are smiling. He's smiling.
It's a duck face.
he
Amazing.
does appear to be
Oh my
in
god.
quite a good mood.
Does he
And
have
very
powers?
much pleased, as beyond what you could possibly understand, to reacquaint myself with my former companions, my associates from the waking world. Pray, I do possess such unquenchable curiosity as to the journey that has brought you here to this caravanserai before me now. A crossage of not just dimensions and planar boundaries, but perhaps also the normal linear stream of the way that time would pass itself. Do regale me.
what?
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 And at that, with our wheel, you would fall back asleep, back in the world, easy, drifting from this waking world to the next, and here on the edge of the ritual, defying all logic and how the ritual works, somehow dreaming of this same strange sandy building, before finding yourself simply standing behind the rest of the party, facing this same figure, whose gaze quickly turns to you, the rest of the group having not noticed you yet. No sound, no footfalls do appear. You are simply there.
What?
What?
Ah, there he is.
Draw my rapier. We get him?
That's what I'm thinking.
That must have been a really good ritual.
I'm going home.
The dream plane explodes.
Whoa, everyone dies.
I didn't do anything. That was him.
Everyone dies. I did everyone.
It's a
Unjust.
full wheel
we
to
just wake up.
unbench Kevin from the episode.
I had a plan.
Someone's having fun.
I had a plan, but this is honestly funnier, and we'll take this. But he looks upon you. Ah!
My name is Easy. You took my memories. Prepare to die.
I did no such thing. If I did perhaps commit such an atrocity, my recollection of the events are well beyond my ken.
Oh,
If you misunderstand me, sir, I apologize. Perhaps mistake for another. Maybe this.
Do you have a twin?
I do not, but I understand the circumstances of my ordeal here within this world, my very existence, the minutiae of my creation. I am not who I believe you think as Count Lowls.
I
I'm the
don't-
King of Yellow.
I don't think anyone else has that hat. Like, I don't think they make that hat.
And he just kind of looks up, like you can see the hat on his forehead, though clearly he can't. Well, yes, indeed. Perhaps the manner of the accoutrement placed upon my brow would resemble the visage of the man you recognize as your fair count, but I digress. These...
So we don't kill him.
I don't know. He talks so. I want to kill him just regardless.
He's speaking in riddles,
So
and I think
I'm
I
assuming
can't answer him.
he's just an echo of Count Lowls.
I am deconstructed from a greater whole, a whole that you would once recognize as your former associate, your former superior, the Count Hasserton Lowls IV himself, indeed, and I share many of the features of his form, as I have split once from the consciousness that was his entire self. I am but a specter of that being, much as you perhaps may be of your original beings.
I think he's cosplaying.
There's something so
Yeah,
terribly
I mean-
grating about.
I need you to take down the vocabulary a few notches.
I would apologize, but I failed to see any complexity in the words that I present forthwith. They seem fair plain to me.
I'm gonna
Wait.
kill him.
Why are you draped in curtains instead of like drapes?
Well, unfortunately, given the circumstances and the relatively lonesome designation of the caravanserai in these recent moons, there is little with which I have to work for appropriate adornments for a title such as the King of Yellow, one that I admittedly have given to myself rather than acquired through any proper delineation, but one that befits regalia, wouldn't you agree?
You have any constituents at all? Any people? Or are you just a king of nothing?
More of a title and symbology, perhaps, than actual Dane over a land or kingdom, really. More one that seeks to impress the direction of the whole than to rule over subjects.
Now,
Oh my gosh.
okay.
I can feel myself
Back-
dissociate
It's
in the middle of
when the
every
workplace lets
sentence.
you pick the title you take. It doesn't really matter.
How?
Should we just leave?
I don't.
This person seems of no help at all.
Oh, I'm sure he has a lot of answers. Why call yourself the king of yellow? Wouldn't that make the king in yellow mad? You're taking his title. You're stepping
And he
on
looks.
his...
He pauses for a second, and looks up. You see him furrow his brow, clearly deep in thought. King in yellow. Was it king in yellow? I don't believe so. I think I've the right of it. But the king of yellow, I believe that's the proper title adorned. Though king in yellow does. You make me second guess myself, question my own memory, my own recollection of events that largely should satisfy this curiosity that bubbles within me now, but of, in, the prepositions elude me.
Well, people forget things. Like, I don't remember anything from like 4 weeks ago.
Ah, because you as well have been deconstructed, I posit, and perhaps have ventured here seeking to be reconstructed in the inverse of my experience.
Sounds about
No,
right.
we
Yeah.
did a ritual and fell asleep.
I think all his words equate to we're looking for our memories.
Oh, he's a echo.
Echo, perhaps, a brutish and mundane title for the thing. Well, for King of Yellow, but mayhap what you seek to impress is correct. As I said, I am but a figment of what was once all of Count Bowel's memories of such, largely intact as well. Is that different from the condition that you suffer, then?
We are from the conscious world. We did a ritual to come here to find the mad poet to ask about retrieving our lost memories that Count Lowls traded for the knowledge and location of a book called the Necronomicon so we can find a city that no one knows exists. What was it called again?
Naruzavin.
Yeah, it started with an N, Naruzavin. Thank you, Easy. Welcome back, by the way. I
Oh,
missed
hey.
you.
You look well.
I feel
Yeah,
awful.
we gotta talk about that
Why
in a
didn't you
minute,
do our
actually.
intros?
Interesting. Interesting situation that you found yourselves embroiled in the center of, and one to which I'm not sure a proper conclusion can easily be ordained. But perhaps there is some way to deconstruct what has happened to you, to invert the process that's led to my very creation, and, well, what is it exactly that you'd hope to accomplish here? What is it that you seek to find within this caravan, tucked deep within the sands of a dream long forgotten?
Ourselves. Who we were.
Answers.
Who you remembered you were, who you'd think yourselves to be, your sense not just of recollection in time past, but your identity, the very core of what it is to be oneself.
Correct.
Correct indeed. You look perturbed, young miss.
I think I'm scared.
I apologize, perhaps if I present with some kind of frightening countenance. I mean no implication, I assure you.
I don't even
He
know what
says
you just
with
said to
that
me.
face. He says it with that face.
How
I just
long-
lean over to Easy. Like, can you stab a figment? Is that still
I would love to.
Does anyone... So, you're all sitting here. What are you all doing as your exploration activity? I know you're usually thinking, and you're thinking
I'm
really
trying
hard
so
right
hard.
now. I'm pretty sure.
Fatigued.
Fatigued. Lamau.
Hello.
Wait, me waking up
No,
and going back
hold
to
on.
sleep, am I still fatigued?
He rested.
You are still fatigued, yes.
Oh, but he went to
Also
sleep.
fatigued. So we got you two.
What is... I guess it would be society to try and
If you want
translate
to
what
have
he
your
is
exploration
actively
be,
saying.
yeah, if you want to have your exploration try to be doing that, that is part of why I am asking. Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to be just also, I give it a subset of recalling knowledge.
Yeah,
Really
basically.
just focusing on whatever the hell
A
is coming
dedicated-
out.
I am trying to translate what he is saying into words I understand.
How about you, Mario?
It's a
I
hard
think
task.
same as usual. I'll be seeking.
Just in case something happens.
Yeah,
Well, the
just
two
gonna
of
be
you
looking
then.
because I'm really confused.
Trey and Cammy, give me society checks. Indeed, was what I was going to ask for.
Is this an office?
Yeah.
It does appear to be yes.
Is there a
I
chair?
got a 22.
It would be.
I'll just be sitting in the chair.
I got a 17.
So, with a 17, you feel about how you probably feel right now.
Okay,
this
good.
is borderline incomprehensible. You can glean kind of the general gist of what he's trying to say sometimes, but it is mind-boggling and painful to try to listen to. Trey, you notice something a little bit beyond that. It's not just that this figure, the King of Yellow, is obviously a huge fan of why use small word when big word do trick. But it's more than that. They're not even necessarily correct most of the time. A lot of what he says doesn't even actually fit the sentences or the ideas he's trying to get across. He's literally just using
Buzzwords.
complicated language to sound smarter than he is. And you get the sense that he is not a terribly intelligent person. He just, I was going to say knows a lot of words, but that's not even accurate. He just can say a lot of
He
words.
keeps repeating the same words over
And it's
over
honestly
again.
not a large pile. It said deconstruct and ordained like 7 times already. He's almost
Keep saying these words.
like almost kind of looping through the little bucket that he's actually got
He's
at his
glitched
disposal.
out.
But neither of those really help you get to the center of whatever it is he is actually trying to say.
So help me out here. Help me understand a little bit. You are the King of Yellow.
Indeed.
What brought you here? How did you end up in this room?
Well, truth be told, if we're going to be fully forthright with each other, I don't entirely recall. That was after my time.
Perfect. Then I have a different
so to speak.
question.
But I do know the outcome.
Okay.
Lowls did speak with
Gotta
this
keep him on a short leash.
ominous yet presbyterious prophet called the Mad Poet. The one that you had so lightly mentioned in your previous story, your retelling of the events from your perspective as you understand them. This Mad Poet and apt appellation, I do assure you, has unimaginable power here in the Dreamlands, but he is fickle.
That lines up. So, how do we leave here?
Leave the Dreamlands, I imagine.
No. The caravans are at this location. How do we go to him? The Mad Poet.
See, that's not so much the difficulty of the task that you have sought therein. What you seek to find, perhaps, is how to appeal to his magnanimous nature.
No, I need to know how to leave here. Like, actually.
Well, to leave this domicile is quite simple. I imagine that one foot before the other will take you to any destination that your heart doth desire.
Have you looked outside?
It's all desert.
Which is why I remain here to this very eve.
Fair enough.
But I
Just look down at Cammy and kind of chuckle a little bit.
could, I suppose, trace footsteps and take the role of the leader on a sojourn out through the sands to the hut of the Mad Poet, to the place that he calls his home, the oasis of knowledge that he has seen fit to deign with his very presence. But approaching the Mad Poet without proper tribute, so to speak, may provoke his ire, or worse, his decision to have nothing to do with you.
What kind of a tribute do we need?
Well, that's the complicated part, I believe. Esoterica. Good gifts for the poet you would find scattered throughout the Dreamlands. Rare, never easily gained. Count Lowls, to my understanding, what little I can remember, did identify 6, maybe 7 of these gifts. I do recall a flippant memory of writing them down on an ear note in the dichotomous translations of Aklo's syntax. But I can't recall what exactly they were. I know that Lowls, in the life where I still bore that title, painstakingly scoured his tomes to research each of these gifts, learning a location hidden within the Dreamlands and then dreaming of that location. I recommend you do likewise. Retrace his steps, as you will.
So it's like, you see if this rings a bell. A signet ring. Is that a feline tail? A skull of ghoulish royalty.
The very self-same.
Yeah.
That list. That list, indeed, are the offerings that Lowls had brought before the Mad Poet himself in order to petition him for his aid.
All of them, or we just need like one of?
All of them.
Did you just agree with me saying because I said all of them? Or are you remembering?
As I said, my memories diverge at some point from the whole that once was
That is
myself.
a yes or no question.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
wait,
But I
let me
suppose
try
to boil
this.
down simplicity of a singular iota of the
All right.
understanding of the very question, I guess it would be
Nod or shake your head, dude.
affirmative.
Can you?
We must
do-
only have a single item from this large set. I did bigger
do me a
words.
do me
He's trying to speak his
do
language.
me a favor. If the word contains 3 or more syllables, do not use it.
I'm afraid that slowing down the cadence of my camber to simplify
very-
statements down to counting of simple syllables would very much limit the information of which I could impart.
Being able to do
no.
so
He
is a
listened.
si-
He did
said
almost
he
exactly
can't.
what you said.
being able to do so is a sign of a very intelligent man.
Look, I don't know the minimum number of gifts the mad poet will accept, but I do believe that Count Lowls had acquired all the gifts on his list. If you want to make do with fewer, if you have some problem acquiring them all, the mad poet may condescend to converse with you anyway. That's up to you.
Alright, so we have a grocery list of.
Yeah.
He found those in the dream, or he brought them to the dream?
They were all from different locations scattered throughout the great wilds of the Dreamlands itself. This plain is vast and expeditious, flowing near to the infinite in all directions through a wild variety of biomes and lands, scenes of which you could only imagine in the waking world, much less the dreaming.
They said that he already brought those things to the Mad Poet, so maybe we just need to find something that's more esoteric than any of those things, and then we only need that one thing.
You could perhaps, I suppose, attempt to perform your own research to locate individual gifts of your own volition. That is true. However, I do know that Lowls was successful with his offerings and the things he found of relevant interest to the poet to keep their deal in continuance. As well, even though this deal oft already been struck, as Lowls had already met and made the offerings themselves of these self-same items, things are different here. The lands in which you walk, this dream you traverse, is not exactly tied as closely to your waking world as you may believe. In fact, they diverge in many places, both in substance and in time. Some places wider than others, and here, I believe, should you find identical, perhaps even the very same items that Lowls had once retrieved from their original locations, they may still well be present. And your appearance before the Mad Poet as if he had never received them at all.
We can do it too.
Thank you, Cammy.
Then,
So,
would you mind waiting here for a moment while I talk with my friends here? Just down the
I'm
hall.
of no hurry. When you've acquired sufficient gifts and you feel confident, return here. I can escort you as I had claimed to the Mad Poet's oasis, and you can petition him for the answers that you seek. I only apologize for not being able to provide more, as I do remember most of your faces. I don't know that if we've been introduced, it's within the memories that have separated from Count Lowls himself. But, the King of Yellow, pleasure to make your acquaintance, my ghoulish friend.
Yeah.
You've been of great help. Thank you.
It is my honor, my pleasure, and my duty to aid as I can for old allies.
We'll return shortly.
And I will just usher everybody back down the stairs.
He kind of just sits there, smile on his face, while the group of you just shuffle down the stairs to the office down below, out of earshot of
Okay.
the King of Yellow.
I'm gonna kill him.
1 second.
No, he's
Marius.
fine.
I'm gonna, yeah. Hold on. As the captains.
I have a woe, and the woe could literally just be how this guy talks, but don't worry, the woe is
Hey,
coming.
Marius, you wouldn't happen to be like a prince or something, would you?
We're not gonna take his skull.
I don't think so, unless it maybe in the dream I am. I didn't want to think about that. I don't have like a crown on my head suddenly, right?
Yeah,
Reach
you have
up
his
and
hand.
touch. There is no crown upon your head.
We should have got his head.
That's a joke. That was a joke.
Okay, so
Oh.
we're never gonna go talk to that guy again.
Wait, no. Once we have all
But-
the items, we talk to him.
Yeah,
See,
but we can,
Can we just
apparently
not get him?
just dream where we want to be, and we'll wake up there.
I
means-
want to be in the favor of the Mad Poet.
We don't know where
Is
it
that
is.
it?
No,
It's like a
We have
riddle.
to figure out where they are.
I'm gonna vision
Right?
board it.
Well, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Well,
We had a
here's
clear
the-
picture of the caravanserai, and we went here.
Yeah.
And he said, "You dream it, you go there."
we
I
have
mean,
all
I don't
the
have like. Do we have coordinates?
we
in
have
the-
we have all the books I took from Lowls'
You have
mansion.
a lot
Hey,
of books.
It's like 60 pounds of books.
Are you not able to plug the coordinates into your gnome positioning system?
Oh man.
GPS.
Oh, that one hurt me.
Ow.
Gosh.
No.
Either way, are we done here?
Let's go talk to Wirelife first.
If she's still even here.
It's worth checking.
Walk outside and start screaming Wireline's name.
You know, I realize even if I'm not like the Ghoul King, maybe I look just like the Ghoul King, and I can just like
Well, you could
take
be
his
like
place.
a ghoul
Personate him.
like prince or like the son of a prince. I still think
You
that's
know the thing you
royalty.
need is a skull, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
making sure.
Yeah.
We're
that's
gonna
the
circle
joke.
back
I'm
to
just
that
curious
point.
how
That's-
impersonating
that's
royalty is
the
going to help you.
joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Switch
well, I
it really
kill the
Technically
king, but then I
speaking-
take his place, and nobody knows.
I'm pretty sure that I was nobility in a past life, so if
But-
I knight you
Nobility.
up top.
So that gets a high five.
Your up top is his down low.
Yeah.
It's
They're perfectly suited.
you just leaving the King of Yellow up there.
Yeah, we're gonna
Come
go.
on,
Fine.
we're out.
Not going back.
It's gonna be like 1 second. We'll be right back, and we just
You just leave.
10 years later.
Option
Do you
two:
still have that alchemist fire? Could you just like?
if I bite the king in yellow, then he would become the Ghoul King in yellow, and then it would count
That-
as a Ghoul Skull.
I think
This-
he's nobility and title only. He like self-titled himself king.
Isn't that
Well,
kinda
the
what
line's
kings
gotta start
did?
somewhere.
I think it's
Monarchs,
generally
like-
from the support of the people.
Do the people support
Picking
kings?
like someone goes.
I'm willing to support for the cause.
Let's ask
For the
France.
cause of
So someone goes.
Historically, king supporters.
Pulling a
Someone
sword from
goes.
a rock
I'm the
is not-
king now. I'm going to
I didn't
lead
vote
you.
for you.
Thank you.
You discuss the possibilities, the detail as you walk back, retracing your steps throughout the caravanserai. No easier way to get out than coming back around. From the makers of dirty paper, we have slightly burnt paper. Slightly burnt index card because I wanted to, that was what I had. And make your way back out around, not really having an easier way to leave the structure than to retrace your steps entirely, what with the side wing having been collapsed. The building seems to only have easy entrances in the front. Worth noting, there was another door up in the King of Yellow's room, but it would have led into the broken wing still. And once you've made your way back around to the doorway, you can actually see it from the outside, as the caravanserai only has a second story near its southern end in the back. That door probably just leading out onto the rooftop of that mostly collapsed wing out on the side of the caravanserai now. You all emerge back into the sun, sand under your feet, to find Wyrelai just where you had left it. Standing, waiting, just outside the perimeter of the building itself.
Yeah, I never thought I would think of you as like a comforting presence in the short time that I've known you.
This is a curious statement for several reasons, but the one that I would pursue perhaps is what prompted it. And before that, Squid is amused at this turn of events in the dream, so Trey may need a boost for his team. The point he will get, though, be it for a brief look so we can fight instead of playing with his book. Scott! Passing that one down the table.
I have to play with something. I am a fidgeter.
Sorry, calm.
Strike true. You've got one chance,
That's
so
a
make
pretty
it
good
count.
one, I think, for Whacking Guy. If that's the one I think it is.
This is the one that makes it hurt. It's a good
makes
one.
a big hurdy. So, Wyrelai simply looks kind of curiously at MD. You still see her drawn up almost, well, like a wanderer of the desert. Much more cloth drawn around her shoulders and her person. A huge hood up over her head and a long, almost harpoon-like spear slung across her back.
We met an echo of Count Lowls. And he's as insufferable as the man himself, I can imagine.
What little I have actually had to interact with the Count himself was often difficult.
He pretends to be smart.
Then his echo is much the same, I imagine.
No, the echo does, yeah.
The man believes himself to be a scholar, a man of much knowledge and wisdom that the world is worse for not sharing. He seeks only to enlighten with wisdom he does not possess. But his confidence makes it difficult sometimes to explain even simple things, especially if he is not wont to hear of them. Let us speak deeper inside. The sun out here warms me. The shade of these stables should be much nicer. There is nothing there that I can see. I cannot assure the same for you, but certainly nothing you would not handle. And Virali would walk towards the center of the caravanserai, past the group of you and into the middle.
We will follow, I suppose.
The middle is a pretty big open area, much as she said it looks like it was a...
Purple worm.
Purple worm. You get traversed immediately. Still sandy ground, a wide courtyard that once had room for a large amount of animals around. Things much, much bigger than horses or even oxen could fit in the stables, lining down the left and the right sides as you walk in. There are what look like two ancient, forgotten feeding troughs towards the center of the area, and a wide basin running along the back wall, where two doorways look like they lead into small little storage areas in the back. The whole area is shaded from the worst of the Dreamlands sun by the caravanserai itself, as the sun does not hang perfectly straight in the sky, but off to the south enough that the building shades much of the courtyard. The enchantment that hangs over the building's interior that makes it cool does still have some power here. It's not nearly as hot as the sands that you had walked through to reach the building, but still, the shade is welcome. And you, in fact, do not see any sign of anything else out here. Nothing lurking throughout these gates. Nothing but the group of you and this denizen from the plane of land. This is better. So, I presume that you spoke with this echo then. Did you learn any of import?
No.
Yeah,
I mean, yes,
yes.
but
He'll take us to him, but we need 7 items.
He confirmed what this list was for. He told us roughly, in his own words, how to find different locations.
Words is...
Lots of words.
Oh, words is overstatement. It's like the same 6 words over and over again.
Yeah, brevity is the soul of wit, and he's not brief.
Indeed. Well, in your time inside the caravanserai and our years apart, I have also learned much that may be of interest. Things that pertain much more specifically to our previous relationships. I have remembered from where it is that I recognize all of you. Specifically, that is to say. And it was not the waking world. It was not from Lowls' employ. We had met before that, and I had simply forgotten. You were the chosen of the doll.
Doll?
huh?
The doll? D-O-L-L?
Indeed.
What doll?
Who is that?
It is interesting to me that, even given the state of your memories, that would not trigger something within you. There is nothing that you recall. The name is meaningless to you. I can see it plain on your faces. I believe that is because of the nature of our meeting. And perhaps the nature of past and future as they are seen. That may be difficult to understand, but I lack a clearer way to explain it. Suffice it to say, as I had spoken before, that the flow of time is not as linear as many mortals believe. Where we meet now is perhaps before the events that I recall from my past, but from your future, if that makes sense.
I'm tracking. It makes sense.
Yeah, sometimes I'm dreaming still in school, and that already passed. So.
I do not know that I can relate to the metaphor, but it sounds like it may be fair enough correct.
Well, was it good that we were the chosen of the doll?
Good is an interesting choice of words, and a very human one. It is very like your minds to divide the things that you see into these two categories, into good, into evil, into positive, and to negative. When the universe, very simply, is not so simple.
Okay, but like,
Feels like
I mean,
lawful and
if it hasn't
chaotic.
happened yet, then
So is the doll like with the king in yellow? Is the doll with, I don't know, the name we can't say?
I think it's more important who or what is the doll.
Is it Chucky?
I think it is more important, perhaps, that I bear you a warning. Because the things that I have remembered and the meetings that we have had, that I have had, and you have yet to have, do cause complications for me. The path that you are on bears you to confrontations. Confrontations that I would rather not have. I did not understand, perhaps, the consequences of aiding you in getting here when first I handed you that focus, the stairs that the Count had used for his rituals that I provided to him as well. But, now that I recall, I would ask that you abandon this task.
No take backsies.
well, hold on. But why?
I don't know. Why?
The why is largely irrelevant and one that I do not believe there would be much merit in explaining to you anyway.
I disagree.
In your current state, you would have little means to understand it. I could spell out the very nature of the stars to you. It does not mean that it is something you would comprehend. And the time it would take is vast.
I believe we'll have to refuse. At least for now.
I do understand. There is little that I have given you for reason to trust me, and even if you did, little reason you would acquiesce. You have your reasons that have taken you this far, and given the track that you were on, will take you further. But allow me to, at the very least, give you some understanding of the powers with which you are doomed to interfere. And Wyrelai reaches back up to the haft of her spear.
I thought we were friends for a time.
And in a woe, from
Oh.
the same
Yeah.
No.
221, Wyrelai has remembered some things. And it doesn't seem like they work out great for you. I need everybody to roll me some initiative.
We could change.
My name's Wyrelai, and they just won't
I
tell
wish
us
I
why.
could. I wish
I
I
know.
could. I know.
I will be fair.
I bumped his
You
into
do
a
not have
20.
any scouting, so there is no +1 right now.
What were you? You were.
That was an 8.
Okay.
It did get bumped to a 20, but I'll play it fair and keep it.
But you do have 2 knowledge seekers.
Oh, no.
Oh, you switch back to heavy reaction?
Yeah, I'm
One-
not going to be
one knowledge
swapping out
seeker.
of that unless I have to.
That's fair. So you, Cammy, can... well, you get initiative, then we'll get the occultism check. Easy. Initiative.
I rolled a 3 plus 14.
Banging.
Yeah, I'm
There's always
tired.
put
I'm
you over there.
fatigued.
That's cool. You're very tired.
And I thought
Cammy.
we were friends.
I don't know why I didn't do the math during while you were saying that. I'm so stressed. I don't want to fight her again. But I think it'll be worse. I got a 17 on the die. So 32. Final answer.
Pretty good.
Final answer.
Now plus 15. That's
Yes,
solid.
that is
Trey?
exactly yes.
Flip the numbers. 23.
Okay, we got a big spread here. Where are you going in it, MD?
All right,
We
my
like to
initial
keep
buddy's
it
back,
straight.
so naturally I rolled a 3.
Pog.
Plus 15, so I'm one above him.
Hell yeah,
Three,
brother.
three.
Right there. Marius.
11 for 28.
28. All right, we got a good little series of gaps right here. Let me roll Wyrelai. Wyrelai gets a 39.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine.
Okay.
She powered up.
Okay.
Is this a trap? Trap.
And what is your occultism, Cammy? Because you're recalling knowledge.
Okay, it's a plus 18.
It's 18.
She's
Ooh,
smart.
Okay.
I'm very smart.
Okay.
Wow, such smart.
Honestly,
Got
I
one
mean,
thing
this
going
is-
for me here.
This is why we roll dice. I was ready to just tell you some words, but like I dropped natural 20. So, well,
You did it!
Yes!
She's so smart.
I love the dream!
that is still a failure. So it'll be a regular
How?
success.
What?
Well, because it's 18, right? So it's a 38. That's still a failure. So it'll get bumped up to a regular success, but the natural
Okay,
20.
yeah, that's why I said how.
While this
What do you mean?
while this figure in front of you here is recognizably Wyrelai. You've met her before.
She was
This-
chill before.
This is a very different being.
Okay.
Her speaking of time and past and future is interesting. The years that it has been for her and the days that it has been for you, it is both the same and not the same Wyrelai. Also, you are in the Dreamlands now. This is not Leng, but it is at least the same plane as it, and this Wyrelai is dramatically stronger than the Wyrelai that you saw back in the mansion. She draws out her spear and raises a hand. And as she does, she goes to cast a spell. You get your attack of opportunity, good sir, because your exploration activity is ready to smack.
And
Bonker.
quick little thrust out, trying to hit her in the hand. Natural 20.
Solid.
You can't cast if your hand's speared.
What's the total?
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of the total,
you
that's
get
a
the bless
20.
for sure. I need to know if it's a. I think you actually probably crit a natural
That's
20.
a 40.
Stop
It's a
it.
regular success, so it's a crit.
We should wake up right now.
I'm gonna cry.
Okay.
You fought stuff with AC like 31 and 32 already, which should still be that. Oh, 40? No, 40 is a regular failure, so it's a regular success. You still get the
I
bless
still
card.
get
You still get
this.
the bless card, but it's a regular hit.
We need to
Okay,
wake
so
up.
this one's interesting. Tenacious wound. Normal damage. The damage cannot be healed
That's
until they rest for 8 hours.
well, she's got a lot of fast healing, so that's good.
So
All right.
You need to wake up.
That's interesting.
So you have
Minimum
Regular
damage 9.
9. Well, it hits.
It's
she does
9
take
that cannot be healed.
9 damage that is not going to be fast healed back. I'm going to mark that. But you hit her, you catch her with the spear, and
It does not
with
stop
an-
the spell. Didn't
yeah,
crit.
with an almost supernatural reaction speed, Wyrelai simply pivots back. You can barely even perceive the actual motion. She is there, and then she is a step back away from it. But still, you graze her with the tip of your spear on a natural 20 and do 9 damage. She raises her hand up and
I am
clenches
the
it.
fighter, sir.
And you see the sunlight, the bright light of the blazing desert immediately quench to night. The sky darkens completely. The caravanserais courtyard plunged into near midnight darkness, with the sun being replaced by a bright yellow moon, full but emitting nearly no light down the sands below, hanging perfectly above you in the sky. The paths that you are destined to cross, you will not survive. If I strike you down here, you do not die. But if you continue, I assure you, you will. Behold the infinite truth of the dark tapestry. The myriad universes beyond this one, you could not begin to comprehend. Everybody make me a will save.
Okay. I did it again.
You did it again, but it's still a 13. So 24 for me.
Critical failure.
Then all of us who don't roll 20s are critically failing.
Wait,
Hold on. I need to think about
is
things
this an
actually.
incapacitation effect?
It is.
Okay.
It
then,
does have the incapacitated tag.
Then I'm like, come on. Trey, are you serious? Come on, get in the game. And you
I'm
reroll
going
that.
down.
I
with
get to
this.
reroll that?
Yeah, you
Okay.
get +1 on.
You shouldn't technically have a reaction, but I'll give it to you.
Oh,
We saw
I'll
her.
give it
We,
to
Hey,
you.
we
we're
saw her
talking
here
about
on
giving people
Defy.
reactions.
It's not going to do
Still a
damage.
critical failure. I rolled a 2.
It's
Oh,
not going to do
It's not going
damage.
to do damage to you.
welcome to the club.
I'm
we'll
so
see.
scared right now.
28.
I guarantee you,
Critical
unless you
failure.
roll a 20, this is a critical
What?
failure.
Well, then should I just save this to wake
I am a
up?
fighter.
What do you got?
I got a 28.
Critical failure.
Okay.
I rolled a 2. I got
Critical
a 14.
failure.
Yeah, it's a
critical
what's
failure.
It's a 14. It's critical,
Critical failure.
Surprise.
All of you.
Hey, you know what? It would have actually been a wheel if you just didn't make Kevin have to come to
I came just to be cute.
Remind me in the post show, and I'll talk about what my original plan was, because I had a pretty solid plan, and wheeling Kevin in here is, debatably a wheel. But
Wheel the and now you're gonna have to wheel us all out.
all of you feel an absolutely overwhelming presence bearing down from the heavens above you.
Yeah.
You look up at this moon, and you look down, and Wyrelai now just seems to tower over you. Like she is a figure larger than life, almost beyond comprehension. Like you are looking upon a god. Cammy, you have 3 actions. You must spend at least 2 of them paying tribute.
I love this
Praying,
spell.
dropping to your knees. You cannot help yourself. You can spend 3 if you want. There is a total number you have to throw away before this effect goes away. But you have to use at least 2.
Okay, and how do I wake up?
That is, you spend an action absolutely focusing on trying to wake up and make a will save. If you want to, if you feel pressured, you can do 2 or 4 stress to yourself to make it easier.
How much easier?
For you to
Don't
find
know.
out.
Okay.
A little bit and a lot of bit.
It's not going to be easy to
I
start
mean,
With-
you have 0.
Huh?
You have 0 stress.
I do have 0 stress.
You could take 10.
I know, but I only have 1 action.
You have 1 action. If you use it to wake up, that's your turn.
Because
What do
it takes an action to do
takes an
stress
action to do,
yourself.
yes.
That's okay. 'cause
Well, it
that's
takes an action to try to wake up. That focus is like that you're focused.
Does
you're
it take
trying...
an action to deal stress?
No, that's just part of the action. As part of that action, you
Oh
can
my
do it.
gosh! I thought
Yeah,
I
you
was
don't.
having
You don't
to
need an
choose.
additional action. No, you're okay.
Okay.
But what it's
Jeez.
your turn. What do? You have to spend at least 2 actions, just absolutely overwhelmed by you. Truly
I'm
feel like you
overwhelmed.
are looking at God.
Yeah, Cammy just falls to her knees, and the tears that come forth are a mixture of this magically induced awe and admiration and just sheer panic and overwhelmed feelings of fear. Okay, I'm gonna deal 4 to myself.
All right.
How much do I get for that?
The DC is different. You still just roll a will save.
Okay.
Roll it.
Oh, I don't know.
Roll a will
Okay,
save.
okay, no, that's
You
fine.
got this.
Okay.
You got this.
I would like to thank. I would really like to thank
I see the
a
single digit
sane.
from here.
No, this is a sane 221, and that's who did this. Isn't
That's
it?
That
the
is who
irony.
it was from. Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
here we go.
Zero
I don't think I'm gonna spend it. It's mine to use. But
Using
okay,
his hero point to get out of his woe.
14 on the die. So that is a 29.
You stress yourself, and you stress yourself hard. You know you need to leave. And down on your knees, through the tears, you focus as hard as you can, knowing this isn't real. Knowing you have to wake up. And your eyes shoot open on the floor of the cabin. In the boat.
Okay.
You're not in a cabin in the caravanserai, you're in the sand.
Oh, I was so
You
afraid it was
wake
like
up.
an even 30.
You wake up and look around and see the bodies of your party unconscious around the circle. You see Reese sitting back in the corner, leaning against the support post asleep. The 2 scholars in their bunks asleep. You have no idea what time it is, but it's dark.
I scream, "Get up! We need to get them all up! Get up right now! What are you doing?"
And
Oh
second, 2 things.
Oh my gosh! Oh, this is so scary.
First, hero point for Cammy. Let's give Cammy a buffer.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to suffer. The decision to reroll is always tough, but choosing not to when you should is rough. Scott! Scott!
Oh, so
That's the good news. Here's the bad
I'm
news.
shaking.
Link 1429. Why wheel when could woe?
Now this is a woe towards the DM, right?
This is
Yeah.
double woe technology.
I don't like it.
We can't do
you can't
that.
two-ply the woe.
That's a double negative.
As you're all, Cammy disappears, and you're all looking at Wairulai, her spear in hand. She turns her eye up towards the moon, cocks her arm back as you're overwhelmed by this presence. None of the rest of you take any actions other than to pay tribute
No.
3 times.
That's so mean.
That's technically what should happen on a critical failure, just by the spell. She pitches her spear up towards the moon. You see it sail up into the dark until you completely lose track of it, flying upward. And it bursts.
Do I
It
have
bursts.
a reaction?
You would have gotten your reaction back. You would have a reaction. This is just an attack, actually. It's not a
It's
spell.
a ranged attack.
It's a ranged attack. That's true. It's a ranged attack. You were good to go.
Just out of spite.
Come on, dude.
Put another 20 on the table. No,
Not
it
a
will
20.
miss. But still just half-heartedly lunging out as she's not paying attention.
You push through this overwhelming presence and swing, but it's nothing. You can barely pull yourself to put anything into it. And Moroku-san, the chat, the reaches of the dreams refuse to let those unforgiven go. One GM to another. Evil requires sacrifice. Villain point.
Oh my gosh, this is so.
Why?
Verse, and you see the figure of the moon itself start to distort and warp. It looks like the sphere of yellow in the sky is distending, stretching and spreading out into whirling, writhing shapes that reach down from the sky above, lashing their way towards the sands and the caravanserai in a wave of writhing, pale yellow tentacles. They whip and lash through the sands of the courtyard. I need everybody to make me a reflex save. Not King, you're not here.
Oh my gosh.
I will have to re-roll that too. Because I don't know what the DC is on this one. But it's worth trying.
It's not low.
Doesn't matter. That's a 7. So
Right?
It is not a strike, no. It's
22.
I'm gonna throw up. Dude.
critical failure. Easy.
I'm gonna.
You have a bunch of.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
He's
You still have
stressed.
one to wake up.
True, I'm also full health, but I didn't fight any oozes. So, yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
think that'll match.
27.
Critical failure.
You're
I
about
rolled
to
a
get one
15 on the
shot.
die for
I'm
a total
barely
of
gonna
a
be standing.
31.
Regular failure.
Critical success?
Regular failure is critical success?
Oh, regular failure. Sorry, I thought you said regular success. Everything is sucks here.
The 31 is a regular failure.
Yep,
Not a critical failure.
good.
So you don't do anything with failures, right? You
I
still
don't
just
think so. Not
just take
yet.
full damage?
Not yet.
26. Critical failure.
critical failure. Look at the damage out here.
Is it
Feels
less
like me
than
in life.
110?
What is that? Okay, that's a weird. I think it's a 6. Okay, that's a 6. I couldn't tell if that was a 6 or if that was the glyph for the maximum. It is a 6. It's just very swirly.
He's rolling d20s.
We made too many jokes about TPK.
It's fine. This is Dreamlands.
Remember when we all clapped at the beginning?
Yeah, remember when AJ hated how we clapped?
We hate this. As these lash down, MD, you're able to push through, avoid the worst of this. You take 26 points of slashing and bludgeoning damage.
Wait.
What were and
The
you
other
were
3 of you take 52
Okay.
Uh-oh.
points of bludgeoning and slashing damage.
Okay.
That's exactly
How
my
was your full
health.
pool?
Is that exactly your health?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Marius goes down.
We didn't get any
Lashed
short rest during that whole
Down
discussion.
by this. And then the spear comes back down from the sky, and Wairulai catches it in her hand. I do not enjoy this. But if this is what it takes to make you understand what you are committing to here, then so be it. And she points her spear at Marius, who you see fall over from these tentacles and just get smacked and kind of roll through the sand. And his body twitches and convulses. You get back up.
Oh, dude.
Hold on.
Why is there still more?
What is
Still more
going on?
dice.
I feel like we should hold hands, maybe. Or...
I'm just gonna.
Ask for forgiveness.
What's your max health? What's your max health?
114.
Okay, you heal for 92.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
No, she. Oh.
You are on Wyreli's team now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good.
You just knew
Well,
that was...
kind
oh.
of.
I thought Wirelight was on our team.
You said 92.
She was so sure. Remember when we all
92.
were like, she was our favorite NPC?
Yeah, she's so nice.
But
I
you
like her so much.
feel yourself lose consciousness for a moment. You black out, and then you come back to, still feeling all of the pain of this, all the injury, but your body's still somehow moving. And everything around you is a whirl. You can feel the sands shifting and rolling underneath you. Bright yellow light fills your vision. You can barely even see. Everything is pain, and your mind feels broken, but you're up. Cammy,
Yes.
you're in the cabin.
Yes.
You may use your turn
Mm-hmm.
to attempt to shake one person out of the dream.
Just one.
Assumedly, that's you can sit there and you screamed already, and no one seemed to react.
Oh, they're gonna regret
Well,
that later.
none of your party did. The scholars kind of startle,
Okay.
and Reese immediately, literally shoots from unconscious to up on her feet, sword in hand, before you even see what has happened. She went from definitely asleep to up and blade out, scanning the room and not seeing anything. What?
Wake
What's
them
wrong?
up now. Don't ask questions. Wake them up now.
Okay.
I would go for easy, only because I know that he is squishier. But I assume that
Reese
she is.
is gonna shoot for easy.
Yeah, so I assume that she is. Is there isn't any way to possibly tell that
You
somebody's
have
doing
no
worse
idea
than
what's
the others.
happening.
Okay, nobody's
like
twitching in
Twitch.
their sleep. It's got to be MD then. I wake up MD.
All twitching in our sleeps.
It's got to be.
All right. MD, easy, roll me flat checks.
I'm like.
I rolled a
jostling.
19.
I can roll this. I can re-roll this.
That's a
You can hear
D20
him play
roll.
as a D20 roll.
You need to.
Yeah.
You need to.
You better.
I'm gonna do grazing blow. Thank you very much, Lilivic. I don't know. I think I just toss in my sleep because I'm really scared. I'm gonna try that again. Just 6. Thank you, Lilivic.
MD wakes up. Cammy, you shake MD and you see this scene fall away from you and you shoot awake, confused on the floor of the cabin. The sounds of this lost to you. You're here as well.
Cammy's like holding onto your shoulders, and Greenie comes up and he's just slapping your cheeks.
And you hear almost kind of echoing. You hear, easy, Martin, come on! And Reese shaking him, literally sighs and reels back and just backhands him across the face.
Yes.
He doesn't wake up.
Oh my god.
He's
He's
out.
supposed to be a light sleeper.
Trey, you gotta spend at least 2 actions paying tribute.
Does the order matter?
No, you're just during your turn. You gotta spend at least 2.
One last act of spite before paying tribute. I will try and wake up,
You
and
gotta.
I will spend 2 stress.
All right, will save.
Wow, only 2?
I'll do 4.
That's what I thought.
Level 4?
Yeah,
It's me.
it's derp.
You, MD, and Cammy would see Trey convulse on the floor of the ship.
And that will not be good
No.
enough.
You don't know what
for
the
a
DC
15.
It truly will not be good.
My will save is garbage.
15 will not do it, no. You try and you push, but you are stuck here. This is
Guess who's gonna break next round?
This is real. This is absolutely real. Everything in your brain, everything about this ritual, you are physically here. This is not just a dream you can wake up from and be gone. You're not convinced it's even possible. You push yourself
Yeah.
Is
so
that for me? I'll re-roll
hard.
right now.
It's not for you, dude. Look up, dude.
I don't want to look up.
Watch the conversation. Arcadis is agging them on. Okay.
What did we do to deserve this?
The claps.
That could be 5
Class, we
hero
should have
points.
never
Yeah,
clapped.
it's not.
It could be.
I know what number that is, so I know what I know what there is that is that tier of support. But maybe it's a round of hero points
I
to
guess
the
what they
table.
could be
a round of
5 hero
to
points.
the table.
Could be 5 hero
This
points.
is a late April
Could
Fool's.
be a
It's
one.
not,
Right?
but
Like
it
a just
could be.
really
But it
late
kicks in-
April Fool's.
It kicks
joke.
in next round.
Hiroki-san, the dreams require sacrifice,
Yeah,
Oh, you wanna see a
woes happen
sacrifice?
at sorcery speed.
and they
right?
will not
They
be denied.
kick in next.
If I don't die this round, I'm breaking myself.
Easy, you spend
Don't.
I haven't-
Because then I get a
Three
chance to roll for a superpower.
actions.
Oh, you
Still
don't get your-
completely overwhelmed. At that, having spent 6 total actions, you come
You're
to your
shaking.
senses.
I'm
the
not
effect
even
is
in
over.
there anymore,
I'm
and I am like
alive
gonna
still.
throw up.
6 is the number you gotta do. Marius,
This is great.
roll me a d6.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Come on, no wins. Don't roll 5 or 6. Don't roll 5 or 6. Don't roll 5 or 6. Don't roll 5 or 6.
6.
I'm dead. Let's go.
Easy is your prey. You don't
I gave you a
realize
hat.
that.
I gave you a hat.
You don't know what you're doing. You can barely see the area around you. You are surrounded by incomprehensible creatures. Masses of writhing flesh, demons of fungus and tentacles, growths spreading, and the pain is overwhelming. You focus on one of them and you unleash. Give me your Hunter's Flurry and give me a third shot.
3 rolls.
3 rolls.
I should have kept.
I feel like I should
kept
ask
the
to borrow
window
your
open
dice, but
too.
I feel like that would backfire and I just roll like 3 natural 20s.
Blink, blink, blink.
Oh, okay. 17, a 6, and an 11.
These are
What's the total on the 17? That's the
Um,
first shot. Yeah, let's get the totals.
17, 34.
34 to hit you.
Hey man, you like counter
you
performance
almost
stuff, right?
you almost crit me.
Regular hit.
34, then 20, and then...
Miss.
23.
So just one hits me.
Just one hits. One arrow
Oh,
connects
1
with
point
these.
away. If only I inspired you.
Yeah.
I would have. I would have done.
You know, and this goes to show you.
I really need courage right now.
I give me the damage. You hit him once.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's flickering.
Yeah, it's
6,
cool, man.
Someone needs to change that bulb.
9.
9 points of damage to Easy.
Okay, I'm fine. Fine. I'm fine.
We have a second whoa.
I thought that was me losing my turn.
That was how the spell is supposed to work.
Oh, sorry. That was normal.
Yeah, normally you would
That
have
is a
no
normal
turn
roll.
But that
until the
happened.
spell
That
ran
happened
out.
twice though.
For the second whoa, Firelight reaches up with her free hand and pulls down the wrappings around her face. It's not horrific. It's much like the rest of her, near human. Enough to be recognizable, but still unsettling. And she tilts her head back, spear still in hand, and just calls out, Zomendor's will
Oh no.
will be restored. And from her voice, it booms, it echoes through you. She raises a hand again, points it at 50-50. It's Trey or Easy. It's Easy.
Of course.
Is she casting?
She's casting.
I know it won't do anything, but it's fun. Yeah, it doesn't crit.
He's trying. Trey's doing his best.
doing
He's
everything you
taking
can,
swings.
That is literally
He's
all
going
I can
for
do.
it. A rippling blast
Yeah.
of energy rips through you. You don't immediately feel any physical pain, but MD and Cammy on the ship, you hear Easy scream. Make me
Taking real life damage.
fortitude save.
Life damage.
Real life damage. Fortitude save.
You're good at
Fortitude save.
Fortitude save.
Fortitude save?
Fortitude save.
The rim shot off the
You're
card
good at
was
those.
really nice.
Don't get.
Thing is, I think I think I think I need to hit like a 20 to not, because I feel like it's crit fail for anything.
Dream.
I don't think this is dream damage. I think this is nightmare damage. We hit nightmare realm.
Yeah, that's not good enough. But Livik, again, thank you very much. As I really try to think about good, happy dreams.
Easy misses a week, and this is how you.
And that's a natural one.
Well, the good news is it's probably the same critical failure as if you rolled like a 16. So it does hardly matter, I guess.
Pathfinder's so fun.
It is.
Oh, do we get any reaction to him screaming? Do we still have reactions? I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but
What?
I
He's not
just-
going to have bones
poke
after
him with a
this. So.
stick.
Well, that's
You
why I'd like
take-
to react real quick.
108 force damage.
Oh.
I don't have 108 health.
What's your max?
My max is 88.
Okay.
You on the ship, MD and Cammy, would see Easy get blasted across the deck. You would literally see a second spectral duplicate of Easy get shot out of him and effervesce into nothing. Spirit Blast hits the essence of what you actually are.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So-
No. Oh.
So. Okay.
Well,
And another
hold on,
woe.
A technicality question.
Another
A
This is
technicality
a very
question.
good. Welcome back.
If you get spirit blasted
Moroku-san.
and you take the damage,
You can tell something is different about what has happened to Easy. Easy is not just, he does not wake up. You are actually dying.
if you die in the dream, you die in real life.
If you die in real life, you die in real life. And you are dying in real life right now.
yeah, you got hit by that spell.
And Reese, her eyes go wide. What do we do? What happened?
It's my drive actions. Is it my turn?
You two.
I do. Okay, stabilize. Stabilize, and then I will heal. But stabilize first.
You spend your turn stabilizing, healing him, trying to make sure Easy isn't going to die. Empty, what are you doing?
I crawl over to Trey, pick him up, and just punch him in the face.
Yeah, take him.
Flat check.
17.
Good morning.
Oh no.
You hit him,
I just a punch and then a wake up.
Just
and Trey awakens.
Then you two just have a party.
We're
do I
friends
have?
now.
Wait.
On
hold
the
on.
tail end of this
Do I
walking.
have two? So do I have 3 actions? All 3?
I mean, you got like a turn.
Okay, so that took 2. That one more action.
cry.
Stabilize,
no.
stabilize is touch,
I'll do that after.
isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't stabilize touch?
Should be 30 feet.
Were
It's
we
not.
all
Oh,
it's
sleeping in
30
a
feet.
circle?
It's not.
Okay,
It's 30
alright.
feet.
You have what do you do? What are you doing with your action? You're not healing him. You're just stabilizing him and running to Marius.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Marius, give me a flat check.
Oh, I guess it's a
Your move
splash
action
check.
is just a flat check.
Yeah.
Please.
How's you guys left that
Part of
time?
the dice.
Poor Easy.
No, Pathfinder's
Welcome back,
fun.
by the way, Kevin.
Cocked. That is
Cocked.
cocked. That's 100% cocked.
It's okay.
Pet calm. We're the calm table.
Weird. I'm not.
You don't feel pressured right now.
Yeah, don't feel pressure to be.
Whoa.
Vanilla 2.
You're serious. You're serious
You
about
can
that?
re-roll
Can I
it.
re-roll?
Let's
I wanna
do.
re-roll. I
Yeah.
wanna re-roll.
Hold on. He's not done
Zen!
yet.
Zen.
You can take your turn in a
I'm-
moment.
Yeah, I did a nightmare. Okay. It's a 15.
You wake up.
Thank you, Scott.
Oh my
I
god.
was
Cammy?
absolutely going to break myself and get another superpower.
MD?
I was ready for it.
Make me stress checks.
Okay.
Roll an 8.
Nat 20.
Made about like a bandit.
It doesn't feel like as big of a victory at the
Yeah,
end
do
of
you,
that.
do you
but-
lose one stress getting on that?
Yeah, I'm steeled up.
I'm
All
glad to.
awake on the floor. Easy, you wake up with Reese desperately shaking you,
Just sleep there.
kneeled over you on the ground. MD, you literally punched Trey across the face to get him up.
It
Cammy
works.
doing her best to get Marius back awake. And you are all here. The door flies open as Skywin bursts in, wild-eyed. What the bloody hell is going on? Just
We have,
little
I had a really bad
kitchen
dream.
knife in her hand.
we have a story to tell you in the morning.
Just nightmares.
But at the end of all of this, one of you is feeling a little worse than the rest.
One of us.
You
One of us.
That's just that table.
already have a madness.
Yes. So they double jeopardy. You can't be mad if you're already. They can't put you in jail for
gets
this.
worse.
They can make you. They can put you in the place for the same crime.
The last time you were pushed to your limit, your break brought back your fear of blood, your hemophobia.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll me a flat check. You can't hero point this. You can't re-roll this.
Hello, darkness.
You just get one chance
You got this.
as you break.
Put a 20 on the
Waking
table.
You got
Fear of
this.
lack of
Put a 20 on the table.
He's got to find the 20 and just put it down.
It's the
20
opposite
up.
side of the 1.
Let's replace
one
the
is under
20
your
with
finger.
a second one.
It gets a 20 on
That'd
its
be funny.
roll, or else it gets a stress.
Do you have a
again.
bless?
Put a 20 on the
Come on,
table.
dude.
Become a superpowered man.
That's
It's cocked.
That
It's
is
cocked.
cocked.
It's cocked.
To be fair, that was cocked.
It was
To be
cocked.
fair,
That's a 1. I can see the red.
You explode.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
What is
He
a
was supposed to be there.
wait?
That's
now-
supposed to be a will,
we
man.
get to see what a 1 does on these now.
Dude, this
I don't think I want to see it on easy.
So
How are you feeling as you wake up? You're overwhelmed. Your sanity breaks. What emotion is it that you are completely blinded by? Are
think
you
it's- I
scared? Are you angry?
yeah, I think
Are
it's
you-
100% like fear. Like I'm afraid of falling asleep and just darkness. Anything like this was the biggest mistake was going back to sleep. I should have never gone back to sleep.
Fear of falling asleep is absolutely what I would imagine happens here. And going forward now, sleep is going to be difficult for you.
Hello, fatigue.
You have night terrors.
Oh my god.
You no longer heal from resting. And beyond that, you need a flat check to overcome any condition that would be overcome by a night's rest. And it's pretty high.
I have insomnia.
oh boy.
Nightmares,
Mostly-
I think is worse.
Every time you sleep, you are plagued by persistent, crippling nightmares that make it almost impossible for you to get a restful night of sleep. And, as we said briefly, you have your second madness. You definitely don't feel like you can take that happening again. Still have a lot of details about the madness system that I haven't shared explicitly, but one of them I have said is that three strikes is sort of the line here.
Okay.
So I would advise you don't get another one.
Poor man.
We're gonna take our midstream break. We stand up, stretch our legs, get some snacks, and pick up the pieces of this morning when we return. It's going to be about 10 minutes, so feel free to use the bathroom, get some drinks. You can check out some of our cool sponsors if you want to. Norse Foundry, Arkenforge, Eldritch Foundry. We got a discount code, UGT Show, at all three of those places to help support our show a little bit and get you a discount on some fun stuff. This stress ain't looking great all of a sudden.
Looks great to me.
Doing pretty well now.
We can like cast Soothe a bunch of times on the boat. Yeah,
So we'll be back.
that's how that works.
Everyone, don't go too far. Stay tuned. Oh, where's the funny clapping? What happened?
No, I don't want to.
I don't want to come anymore.
I don't want to.
I don't want to die
anymore.
Welcome back.
I don't want to play with
Everybody.
you anymore.
The little AJ toy just falls.
This has gotten pretty significantly worse today, I would say.
Break me right now.
This
I will
has
put another
gone-
20 on the table.
I kind of stayed the same. I
Remember
think I
when you
started at 3.
said that if I used the drugs that I could get less stressed?
Do you still have drugs?
No, I don't. But
We're on a pirate ship. We could probably.
that's what I'm saying.
I might.
That's what
First
I,
of all,
I know somebody
stereotyping.
wheeled me out of those drugs, but I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
gonna
Someone
read.
also wheeled Kevin into the dream, and then
Yeah.
three
Oh,
woes
yeah.
later, that turned out to not be the greatest thing
Cammy's
that's
just
ever happened.
relapsing from the stress now.
No, you could do snuff now.
Like, no,
instead.
someone
Oh
wheeled me
yeah.
out
Is
of the
this for
drugs.
all drugs that you can just like?
Yeah.
You're just gonna
You can
go
get back
on
to me
a
on that.
bender and then see if it makes
I
you
don't
feel
know.
better?
You
I
need
think this is largely how it happens in real life. It's just
Is
like-
this not the arcane research you were talking about when you said, my file says...
My research is, how do I make crystal meth?
Oh, is arcane research?
Yeah, my research, my file has something about a guy named Heisenberg. Like, as we left off before the break, we had Wyrelai trying to show us something.
I think it was a try.
Her method of teaching is not a particularly fun one for us. Not one that I think the group has enjoyed
It's very hands-on.
very thoroughly. But I think she would say that you certainly learned something. And she maintained that if you stay on the path that you're on now, if you keep pushing forward with this, that is the kind of power that you are going to be at odds with. That is what you're interfering with. That is what you are trying to stand up to. You are all awake now in the cabin. Various states of distress, but near all of you much worse for wear than you were. You completed the ritual. You made it to the dream. And one way or another, you all woke up. Easy has Reese kneeling over him now that he's very clearly awake, just kind of holding you in cradle gently like baby.
Unbaby.
She's clearly worried. It's very apparent that something has happened to you and you are not okay. Several of you are dramatically more stressed than you were. But what are you all doing here in the cabin?
So, you know that special moment when you wake up and you're still, like, semi-asleep, and you can just lay back down and go right back to sleep, or you can choose to get up?
That's where you're at. Why don't you reintroduce yourself real quick as well?
Howdy, I'm Trey Huglum, played by Derp. Hello. And I'm going to do exactly that. Wake up as if I just had like shock from falling in my dream, and then just full hobgoblin snoring right back to where we were. Stressed, but all in all, I'm relatively fine.
Still standing over him, fist still clenched, is
Yeah,
I've also Trey. This is all of us are now Trey. Is
Trey.
MD. Hey Trey. I'm Colby. I play MD, a full-blooded orc. Just punch Trey awake. Watch him fall back asleep. I look around the room at everyone else, see everyone else is awake. I get up and I walk outside. You know that feeling when you get nauseous and you want fresh air? That's what
Fair.
this is.
It's a pretty cramped cabin.
I'm Marcus. I play Marius Greyfall, the Ghoul Dwarf Ranger. Marius is very much coming out of the dream in like a daze, having kind of lost control, is now coming back and trying to make sure that I'm back in normal-ish self. And as I come to the situation, kind of returning to kind of quiet contemplation over what's happened, and a slight feeling of guilt as well, kind of seeing how easy has taken the events.
I'm Sully. I play Cammy, itty bitty gnomish witch.
Just having a great time today.
Having a good time. I imagine that Cammy's still just kind of like seated, palms up, just exhausted in the middle of the circle after having woken everybody up, just surrounded by all of the sort of occult erratica that she had arranged to bring her friends to a place where one of them died but didn't.
I'm Kevin. I play Easy. Just a regular human bard who's not having a great time. In a similar kind of, I know I can fall asleep, but I really don't want to. So I'm just talking to Reese, just telling her to tell me stories, things she remembers about time we spent together, just anything to not fall asleep.
The last couple of moments, she's just been holding you. It's okay. I'm here. It's fine. You're fine. You're safe. I have you.
I'm safe here. I don't think we're safe in there anymore. I don't know. We should do this again.
And she looks up and looks over at Cammy. What the hell happened?
I'm sorry.
What's in there? Look, I've seen what a group of you can do. I've fought you twice, but
And we fought Wyrelai before, but this was different. She
you fought Wyrelai. I thought you killed Wyrelai.
yeah.
Yeah,
We couldn't even scratch her. She was like 20 feet tall.
That's not true. He did 9 damage.
Yeah, I did 9 damage. Can't be healed until she sleeps.
good luck sleeping in the dream.
That's true. I don't know if she sleeps. She might never heal that damage. Who knows?
Left a scar.
She doesn't know
Why
the
is-
conditions for that heal.
Why does she care? She just helped Medicine organize these rituals for the Count. Why does she care what you do?
She remembered that we do something in the future. I don't know. She says the timeline of dreams is weird, but at some point,
That doesn't even make sense.
I thought we were kind of fixing all of the cruddy stuff that we did, but
apparently we're gonna do cruddy stuff.
we're just on the same path.
Very little of the things people said in the Dreamlands makes sense.
Well, walking out onto the deck, MD, you emerge to. It was raining all of yesterday. I know that probably feels both in and out of character, like forever ago. It was raining much of the previous days, and still a bit of a light sprinkle coming down. What that's caused is now a very heavy fog that's hanging over much of the ship. Some of the crew still working the night to make sure things are on course. The barge does move slowly during the night, doesn't moor up and anchor for the entire night, or the journey would be forever. It's already long enough. But it doesn't need Skywind's oversight to just slowly drift down the river for the few hours while most of the crew sleeps. You can see the glow of the lanterns around the edge of the deck, just as almost orange ambient orbs through how thick this mist is. You still aren't even sure what time it is in the night. Skywind comes out behind you, following you, perhaps for a similar reason, just out onto the deck, still in her night clothes, funny little cap sat in her head, little kitchen knife still in her hand. So, what happened?
Oh, the ritual worked. We went to the Dreamlands, and we met an old acquaintance who said she knows us from the future and wants to stop us from doing whatever we're going to do in the future.
This is exactly the kind of stuff that I was worried you'd get into. Letting you do weird magic nonsense in the cabin. What? And this is something you're planning to continue doing.
It feels as though we don't have a choice.
Mate, you've always got a choice. What? Your friend in there, the normal looking one, looks like he about damn near died doing whatever sleep nonsense wizard magic you were getting up to. You think this is worth it, whatever it is you're doing?
I honestly don't think it's the worst thing we've done.
I don't want to ask a follow-up question to that. I'm just gonna leave it. But hard to tell through the fog. But maybe an hour or two before sunrise. You're out most of the night. I'm going back to me cabin. You figure this out, you lot of you, and tell me if you're gonna do something that sinks me ship.
I promise you will not bring any harm to your ship, or your crew, or you.
And she heads back inside. Just
You're funny.
she goes in, walking past the group of you, still inside with, in fact, a couple of hours until sunrise. Roll me a flat check. Easy.
19.
You are not still fatigued.
Not still.
You, as she said, did sleep through most of the night. And actually, regardless, you wouldn't be anyway, because that's a physical condition that doesn't translate into the waking world anyway. So none of the injuries any of you had suffered, save for EZ, who had truly taken that 100 and whatever damage and needs significant healing as he is barely alive. All the rest of you are perfect fine. You're stressed. You're maybe a little tired, but I mean, you feel like you got a night's rest. It doesn't feel much different from another morning. All of the wounds, the injuries, even your wounded and fatigued conditions are just gone. They just aren't there. Didn't really happen. Save for easy.
I want you to know you dealt as much damage to him as I have max HP.
108.
Uh-huh.
Bang.
Spooky.
Initial buddies. You'll have a couple of hours before sunrise. And other than patching up Easy and making sure he's okay, you have one other very clear point of direction. You know what that list is now. And you have a lot of materials. And looking at it through that lens as offerings, these are tributes. These are rarities that can be found somewhere within the Dreamlands. That's a lot more information than just a list of random things. That gives you an avenue to start investigating. You now have access to 7 research projects. 7 different Malevolence. 7 different independence research projects. You can research the Signet Ring, the Feline Tail, the Ambassador's Heartstone, the Captain's Tricorn, the Green Stone Idol, and the Red Webbed Foot. I think that was all of them.
I know where to get a Captain's Tricorn.
She already mad
And the skull of the Ghoul King.
The Skull of the Ghoul King. I was like, I'm pretty sure I missed one.
You did.
Royal Ghoul Skull is whatever. No, there it is.
With
I
a
got one.
cursory glance over the notes, just like basic names of locations or things like, is there any way to indicate what might be easiest?
That's easy.
You have little more than a list of things on that slip of paper. I mean, written in the order that they're in. They have no particular rhyme or reason that you can see for them to be that way. Maybe that was the way that Count Lowls found them. Maybe that was the order he retrieved them. Who knows?
Could we ask
Top
the,
to bottom's never a bad way to start.
Yeah, I
could we
guess
ask
that's the way you'd
the
write it.
scholarly folk if they've heard of any of those things?
You absolutely can. Gossa and Rebin would both be of little help, as for the most part, like, these are just things. Like, it's a red-webbed foot and a weird tail and a captain's hat. Like, a captain's tricorn is just a thing. You can just go, like, buy that at a store. There's not enough information just off of the titles of the objects to really give you anything. And if you didn't have materials to reference, you still would barely know where to even start. But you know where Lowls found this information. In the, like, 60 pounds of various tomes and cross-references and treatises that you brought with you for Myra's Hill.
I guess we'll just start at the top then.
We can grab all those books, but then we have to make sure that we weight the cargo again, because we're going to
Oh
off-balance
gosh,
everything.
it's such a pain.
It's not that.
We just
It's not that strict.
put the captain on the other side of the boat.
As the morning passes and you start to organize the things, what is your first avenue here? What are you looking after first?
I guess the top of the list. The
Yeah, we'll just go
Viscount
down the
Signet Ring.
list.
That's
Viscount
the order in which
Signet
she
Ring.
wrote it. So
The first thing you're going to need to do is find any signs of what books to even start looking through. Each of these
Society.
projects is going to be a pretty large commitment. But for the Signet Ring, society, performance, and acrobatics are the 3 skills that you can use to research this.
I'm out. This one's not for me, boys.
Now, reminder how we're doing this. You can do as many different projects as you want. You can all aid, like if all 5 of you want to work on one project, you can stack your aid and others on that. I'm making an exception to normal aid roll. Multiple people can aid, and all of your bonuses will stack if you research the same thing. But you can also spread out into different avenues and different subjects and try to find, like, if there's literally nothing that you can do to help you research the Signet Ring, Perhaps you could go after the feline tail, maybe, or the royal ghoul's skull, or the heart stone, or whatever.
I would say it's probably a good idea to do 2 at once.
Maybe someone gets lucky.
Yeah. I'll do the signet ring.
I'll do the signet ring
What do you
with
need for
acrobatics.
a feline tail? That's the next one.
Nature, athletics, and stealth.
Ooh, I can help with that.
I can also help
He said,
with
"I'm
that.
all about this."
I was just like, wait,
I
wait,
wouldn't
what's that
kill
stealth?
you if I helped
telling
with
you,
nature.
basically every... I told you before, basically every skill gets used. I think every single skill gets used across these 7 research projects.
I could
So,
help on the nature. The other 2 don't look at me.
I think we can cover that if you want to start on a 3rd one.
Yeah. Wait,
Is there one that looks
another one?
occulty?
Is the well, the next one is the skull of ghoul royalty.
That sounds pretty occulty.
Skull of Goyle royalty
Goyle.
is...
Goyle?
Goyle royalty.
Goyle Royal.
Royalty.
Society,
No.
religion,
Okay.
and intimidation.
Okay.
I can help on that
I can
one.
also do that one.
I am just as good at nature and religion.
If
So-
you're looking for occultism, the ambassador's Heartstone.
That's so far down the
Is
list.
There you go.
Occultism, medicine, and arcana.
You know what? I'll just try and solo the Heartstone real quick. I'm not gonna help on these
There you
other
go.
categories.
Could Reese aid in one of those?
This is Reese can help fetch you books and find you things, but she is not of meaningful assistance in
She can read the index.
scholarly research, really.
Well, one of them needed stealth.
Yeah, but her she can.
We've got stealth
This is-
covered.
This
The problem
us.
is
This
it's not
us
like a
thing.
practical
Yeah.
application. She is sneaky, but she's not going to be any better at going through books than you guys are. As the morning passes on, the sun starts to come up. The sun streaking through the fog, the door to the ship opening up. It's still pretty heavy outside. That mist is hanging pretty thick after the rain of the previous day. You're all inside, doing your best, investigating various avenues of research here. But as your day goes on, why don't y'all give me perception checks?
Perception.
So nice. Whoa. Oh, no, you didn't knock it anyways. You have all metal dice.
4 for 18.
Solid 18, Pog.
That is a 8 for a 21.
21,
31.
31, big jump.
I rolled a 15 for a 30.
30,
4 for 21.
21.
I got the biggest number!
18, 21.
That never happens on perception checks.
There isn't much that you can really see, but we glaze over a lot of things about the voyage and the things that your characters know because it's like a 2-month voyage. You know the general route that you're going to be taking, you know the itinerary, and this barge is not huge. I don't recall if we talked about this, so I'm gonna say it just to be sure. This ship is not carrying enough supplies to take you and the entire crew all the way
you
to
said we'd
Casper
be
over the course of
stopping
2
like
months.
every
You
5 to
stop a
7
lot,
days.
yes. And one of the first villages that you are going to be passing on your voyage on the lake is supposed to be coming out today. The village of Ilmarsh. It's not somewhere that you're going to stop. It's day 3 of the voyage. You don't need to read. You're not that bad on supplies. You can make it more than 3 days. It's just the first of the other outlying towns in Versex County that you pass. One of the many tributes to Thrushmoor and the seat of power where Count Lowls once sat. You, with your 18, can make out the outline of the village in the mist. This is the first thing, the first actual bastion of society that you've seen in the 3 days you've been on the ship, other than just forested, unsettled coastline. You can see that the city, that the little town is small. It is significantly smaller than Thrushmoor, and probably understandable why it's not really worth stopping for supplies. It's a hamlet. It exists. The 21s would both see a little bit more. The Sullen Starling, the boat you're on, does not come particularly close to Ilmarsh. It's maybe 200 feet out. You can see the little wharves and piers sticking out into the water, and you can see silhouettes of figures moving around on the pier. At first, you think that they're just going about their day-to-day, just much like Thrushmoor would, readying fishing boats, doing whatever. They're not. They have seen you as well, and they look like they are passing a hefty barbed chain from pier to pier, running it from one wharf to the other, rendering their entire shore unapproachable, ensuring that you can't dock. The 30 and the 31, you see something else. You look at Elmarsh, you take your moment, walk around the deck. Everyone comes out to gawp. Hey, civilization. Anyway, back to books. You are not alone out here. There's a lot of other fishing boats and small ships moving around the lake, but since you've left Thrushmore since the first day, you haven't seen any. This is the first time you've seen another boat on the water. A long ship, significantly larger than yours, some way back behind you, maybe a quarter mile back in the waters. Just barely peeking through the fog and the wake of your little keelboat. You can barely see it for a moment before it fades back into the mist. But what you notice is that its sails are bright, striking red. Almost like blood red sails. Something that you have definitely never seen before.
I mean, I'm just gonna go to the captain.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the captain. You saw that?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably a good idea to tell the ex-pirate about
oh,
whatever that
good.
might be.
Yeah, that.
You head up to Skywind, who, while you're near Elmarsh, is navigating, is up at the wheel, and tell her what you saw. Aye? That's a bit queer for sure. Painted sails aren't unheard of, but
The locked dock is a little suspicious.
that is odd. And she kind of looks through. Damn good eyes on you. You could see that from 100 yards back. Oh, it's...
Not much else on the horizon.
We don't usually work to stop Ilmarsh because they're... Well, we don't need it quite yet, but I've never seen them shut their piers down before. Wonder if something's happened. I imagine trade and fishing is about all they got. About all they got. Why? She looks behind her. I don't see a ship. Not that I don't trust you, but I don't see it.
Oh, I've got a really bad feeling about that ship, anyways.
Well, we'll be passing dozens and hundreds more on our way down to Casimir, so I wouldn't put it too close to mind. Ships be sailing, just like us.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll be keeping an eye out for that one specifically.
And as you move to make your way down the steps back to the deck, the two of you looking out at this, feeling it's a little bit weird, see shapes in the water. Dark shapes shooting towards your ship. They don't look like fish. They're too big for that. And they're moving together, writhing
Yeah,
as they
immediately
approach.
turning around.
Captain, we got company.
As you call out, all of you hear the sound of claws scrabbling against the hull of the ship.
Who owed us this time?
And you see a group of strange, brightly colored purple and yellow little amphibious lizards shooting up towards the hull of the Selma Starling.
Do you know these guys?
Everybody make me some initiative rolls for whatever it is you're going to do
Okay.
here.
This is the fight we were supposed to do today. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Woo.
Okay. We got all our stuff back, right?
Yes, it is another day. You have everything.
Awesome.
You
Did I get Leon hands enough?
you had all the time in the world to be laying hands back to fall.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you're
We're like
I got
halfway
you.
through the day at this point.
yeah. This is probably near noon. I will start at this side this time. Marius,
5 for 22.
sick. MD,
A 9 for a 24.
sick. Trey,
22.
what did you say, Marius?
22.
Probably
Who wants to go
best I go first.
Yeah.
Put Trey in
Sick.
there.
What do you mean,
Cammy.
coach?
24.
Who wants to go first?
I'll let
Holly,
Cammy go
Beth.
I'll go.
first.
I'll
Easy.
Stoke the heart.
Yeah,
Got a 5
I'm
for
I haven't
a
gotten to do it in so long.
19.
19. All right,
Sick.
solid. These
Who
are
wants to go
great.
last?
For people who
Fantastic
saw it coming,
rolls, everybody.
We are
You guys
not ready.
You guys are doing good. You were not. This is coming
Seeing
out absolutely
something
nowhere.
coming and reacting
Only
to it
two
are
of
not
you
the same.
see something is even coming. 3, you have no idea anything's happening until these things are already
That's what I'm
launching
saying. For
themselves.
the 2 people who
towards the
saw it
ship.
coming, we were acting at the same speed as everyone else.
They got,
Yeah.
Like,
they got a
warned them.
22.
I hear something, I
So
come out
I'll put
from
them right in
the
there. Like,
Your gun
Hooray.
in your
yeah, I'm ready
Apparently,
to go.
we reacted
Yeah.
appropriately.
Cammy
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
bursts onto the deck,
hear
ready
us?
for action. And just in time to see these little amphibious creatures. They're very long, thin, and lithe. The first thing you notice is the bright coloration. The second, their heads angled almost beak-like, and they have 6 legs, 3 pairs down their body, shooting through the water and launching themselves up towards the hull of the ship, hissing and crackling with electricity.
Okay. So if what we were doing was reading books, I would say my exploration activity was recalling knowledge.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. What's your nature?
That's a 13.
These,
They look friendly, right?
they do
Oh!
not. They are clearly some kind of. They look like. There's a distinction in Pathfinder between animals and beasts.
Okay.
Beast is more like kind of a magical animal, like your unicorns and your chimeras and stuff is more of a beast, and like a bear and a wolf is an animal. This is more in the beast
Oh, that's-
category. These, though you're not sure exactly what they are, look like they're clearly little amphibious lizards, and they look like they've got a charge around their body, almost kind of like an electrical eel. You're pretty confident that they can shoot that out. The way their head is shaped, the way they kind of narrow to a point, it's almost like little lightning rods. They look like they can maybe blast, hypothetically, little lightning bolts in a line, maybe.
What a very specific guess that I've
You get a
conjectured.
success, you get one thing about them.
Yes.
You get the most remarkable ability, and that's definitely it for them.
Okay.
Now, they are quite small. Each of them is only about 3 feet long.
Okay.
They're candy-sized.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm going to, and they're just on that side of the
Oh,
boat.
they look like that. There's a big one right there.
Oh, okay. Now hold on. He's actually cute.
They're kind
Kind
of
of
cute. They
is,
have
yeah.
2
Kinda cute.
different
Hold
sets
on.
of eyes. They have 2 pairs of eyes set
Aw, those
forward
little
and back.
guys.
And the ones you see here are yellow and purple, but they
If
do.
I donate another turn to recall knowledge to see if you can keep it as a pet.
See
What do
how
you
I mean,
say?
you can
You're
spend.
We're replacing Greenie.
You can just spend more
You
actions.
can
They be
spend
domesticated.
actions to recall knowledge if you
I
want
won't.
to.
I won't. Instead, I'm going to recognize that they're all on that side of the boat, and I want to be on the other one.
Now there are more than 3 of them, but
But-
as they come, these 3 look like they're vaguely coming towards the part of the deck where you guys are. There's another one that's heading up towards the prow and one heading up towards the stern. But
Oh man.
Skywind's up there, already getting ready to deal with the one, and some of the crew on the other end are going to deal with the other one. These are the 3 that are coming towards you right now.
Okay. I would like to first action. As soon as I come out from the bottom of the deck, I'm going to look over to Marius and be like, "Shoot them! Shoot them! I'm not doing. Not today!" And I'm going to scurry over, just around easy to the other side of this crow's nest, kind of taking a little bit of cover.
Distance. All right, fair
I'm
enough.
taking
Put stuff between you and
shelter.
them.
And man, I always end up with just one more little action to do.
I thought you stoked.
She's stoked, Mari.
Stoke,
Yeah.
move, cover.
Taking cover.
Oh, I
is an
could
action.
literally take.
Oh, are you not?
Oh, I will.
I thought you
Okay.
were. I thought
No,
that was
that's a
your
great
stoked.
capital idea. I'm so
MD.
glad I thought of it.
It does increase your reflex save against things too.
Perfect.
MD,
Do we have enough time to draw our weapons?
you would need the drum.
Okay, cool. And how far down the boat is this?
How far down are they?
Yeah.
They're in the water. They haven't let. They're coming up. They still have to get up onto the. Your deck is only like 6-ish feet above the water. It's not a huge boat.
Would you say an oar is a reach weapon?
I would say no. It's a
I want to grab an oar out of the lifeboat, pull my longsword, and just whack at it with the war.
Bat him. All right, improvised weapon. Let's go. -2. Provide the regular improvised weapon.
All right.
rolls
Well, you
now
know
that we're
what's
out of the,
funny about that
asylum.
natural one is I really like using improvised weapons, and Scott likes it too.
You don't want to
Yeah.
snap your oar in half immediately?
Yeah. So
negative
I don't want
one
to
on the
snap
roll.
the captain. I'm more afraid of the captain.
That's fair. Be more afraid of Skywin than these little things.
I rolled a
It's
4.
4 times better.
It is 4 times better. It is a total of 22.
22 is not going to hit it. Trying to reach down over the side, smacking at him, not very effective.
Draw
Draw,
weapon, grab,
swing.
swing.
Fair enough. Up on the foredeck, you hear Skywin call out and draw a little rapier that she's got at her side, and immediately rush over towards the edge, look down, see them, and then scamper back, scrabbling for something. And she picks up her weird little device that you saw. This mechanical, almost manticore's tail thing that she had slung across her back when first you met her. It looks like it's got this chitinous shell with a bunch of spikes sticking out of it and one big spine at the end. It's all racked up in an iron frame of some kind with a trigger. Pulls that up and holds it, points it over towards the edge of the deck, and just waits for one of them to come up. And here come the fellas. One is going to hop up next to Trey, which would provoke. You don't have a weapon in your hand, but you could still AOO with your hands.
Can you 5-foot step as part of an AOE?
No.
That's first edition stuff.
That's 1E, yeah.
I was gonna step in front of it, just bop. But
You can give him a little punch.
bop.
Come on, kiss on the lips.
Meh.
That would be a 24.
24, you go to swing as it's kind of scampering up. It's sort of small and wet, and you take a swing at it, but it skitters up underneath you and then lashes out with this little, again, almost beak-like maw just snapping at you. Just a little nip. For a 37 to hit.
That will just crit. I'm gonna get tased.
Double check one thing. I have so many papers. There were stat blocks everywhere. Sorry, 35 to hit.
That will not crit.
Okay. Regular hit.
We like that.
My AC is 27.
Ooh. Fancy.
Well, you know I rolled 666 on the damage, so
About what, 25?
the bad things are coming for you. It would be 25 exactly, yes. 25 points of piercing damage from this
I have
little
a rough
peck.
idea of Pathfinder's balance.
Yeah, you know generally where the math lives. 25 points of piercing damage, and then it throws its head back and lets out a piercing screech, a strange call that rips across the deck. I need everybody to make me a fortitude save.
Okay. Will this deal damage?
No.
Okay then.
It would be an auditory effect, but you don't have your reaction yet.
25.
This was what?
Fortitude.
Fortitude.
You're good at these.
So
Okay,
you
okay,
probably
yes,
crit 16.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's gonna be a 32.
Okay.
So 6 plus 12. 18.
Okay.
Oh,
a
that-
16 plus 13 for a 29.
Solid.
A 4 for 19.
Trey and Marius, you are stunned 2. Easy, you are stunned 3.
Let's go. Out of the game again.
As this thing goes out. You're gonna take a turn today at some point, I swear.
Dude, you should have gone on vacation for this.
Joke's on you. I already used my reaction.
As this
We
thing
had such a fun time last week. We blew bubbles.
screeches, and just the sheer, you see the entire crew stagger and put their hands up over their ears. Skywin also staggers as another one of these jumps up on the deck with her. She's covering her ear with one hand as this thing gets up, and she doesn't do whatever her little thingy does. You see Reese shoot out of the door, blade in hand, and then charge across the deck to go take the other one. The one in the middle is gonna jump up here with MD, and it's gonna give you a little peck,
Give me a little kiss.
Oh.
a little kiss. Gonna go, mwah.
This is a very romantic combat.
It's 34.
34? Wow, that hits.
34 is regular
I can
hits.
bite. Well, I'm not wearing armor on the arms, so
Real
it's really
bitey boy.
easy to bite me.
20 points of piercing damage.
20? That hurts.
And then it is going to just kind of swipe at you with a little claw, one of its little hands.
Give me a high five.
Absolutely not going to hit with a tiny little hand. Tiny little hands going to be 19. No,
Oh.
20, actually.
He has a weak wrist.
Yeah, 20. He's got tiny little hands. They're not big. They're just little dudes. And then the third one is going to shoot over and... also going to shoot over and hop up next to you as well.
Whoa.
And it's going to nip you.
Can you kiss too?
You are now flat-footed just because there's two of them. You don't get the feeling that they're like intelligently flanking you. Those are just the two spaces that are next to you on the
my
deck.
level or lower?
They are your level.
To my advantage?
And they're not flat-footed. Or you are not flat-footed. Regular peck. 23 to hit on the peck.
It does not. I punch him in the mouth.
Little claw. 33 on the little claw.
He has strong wrists.
We're getting feast or famine on these dice rolls, I'll tell you that.
That man knows what he's doing.
14 points of slashing damage from the little claw. Ouch. Trey.
Stun 2.
Stun 2 means you get one action.
So just shake it off, pick it up, and drop it off the edge.
So back in.
You have one action. You can
You
grab
really
it.
No, reposition.
You've repositioned.
That's
oh,
the
that's
new
a thing
shove.
now, right? Reposition the new shove.
Get
you can move it
back
wherever.
on in
All right,
there.
give me an athletics check. Is that reflex or fort? It's fort, I
Should
assume.
be
It's
forward,
the new shove,
because
yeah.
it's shove, but just I choose the direction.
Can you reposition into bad?
That's not hazardous
Off
terrain.
a cliff is definitely hazardous terrain.
That's not going
They
to take
live in
damage.
the
They live in
No,
the water.
hazardous
We're
terrain
sending 'em home.
implies that something negative would happen. It's not going to take damage from that fall.
Technically, by throwing them away, he's
We are,
saving
like,
them from our
lowering
damage.
the
If
world.
you
Let
threw
me
me
see.
Let
off
him
a
do it.
cliff
It's funny.
onto a fluffy bed.
You will move a creature, move a 10% blah blah blah. Can't move it into or through. It just says into or through obstacles.
Yeah.
It's forced movement. There's nothing that says you can't. No, you can absolutely put him off a cliff.
Has
Yeah,
its own rules.
yeah, but forced movement. None of those are you put hazardous terrain or anything.
Bring back the clap.
Just making sure.
No, yeah, you can absolutely because it's got on the same thing on our.
Yeah, he can.
You can absolutely reposition him off the
Yes,
edge of
he
the boat.
can. Yes, he can,
Gone.
and he
Get
will.
up
Yep.
and just drop it off
Force
the edge.
movement generally implies no AOs.
Yeah, no AOS.
Hard one.
We shouldn't have clapped. That's actually on us.
He's tiny and
These-
slippery.
they are way too tiny
You try
and
to
way
grab
too
him,
slippery.
and
Grab
he
him, just
whips
slip.
around and just tail slaps you, and you just fall over. You're prone, good sir. Marius.
You're stoked, Marius.
Well,
You're so stoked right now.
I probably can't really do much.
Punch.
Part of me wants to do like a recall knowledge check, but I don't know if that
You
is
can do that,
wasted.
it's nature.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know like these brightly colored boys if they're like more prey beasts, and if there's something bigger we should be afraid of.
You want to make recall knowledge?
Yes, please.
I roll it now. You, what's your nature?
13.
13?
I hope they're not like alligators and there's a mommy gator under the boat.
You have no clue. They're relatively small, but they seem to be pretty aggressive. And there's occasional little sparks dancing across their hide, but you've seen them kind of bite and slap at your friends, and you haven't seen any electricity attacks come out yet. They just kind of got up and started nipping and slapping. You have no idea what these are, which is knowledge in and of itself. You have no idea what these are. These do not look like an animal that you recognize. And like animal that you recognize includes like chimera and manticore and stuff. Like, and you have no clue what this is.
Strange. Okay. Did that count as an action?
That is one action, yes.
Okay, then that's my turn.
All right, you're stunned too.
Yep.
Easy,
Oh, hey.
Cammy.
I'm just like this.
Oh, wow. That hopped to me real fast. I'm not ready. I forgot you weren't going to do anything.
Kevin will get to take a turn today, I swear.
Cool. I'm going to listen. So, first things first. Somebody else needs to be stoked.
Well, okay, stunned is number of actions. So like everyone is no longer stunned. There's no duration on stunned. It's like if you're stunned 2, you lose 2 actions, it's gone. He's not stunned
Okay.
anymore. He's
Oh,
not
okay,
stunned
so you're
anymore.
gonna be
He's-
fine.
Everyone's
On-
fine. At the moment, everyone's fine.
We're all gonna be
It's
fine.
basically
Okay.
just like, it's
No,
literally,
no, well, my buddy's got it.
it's
Then. No,
literally
you're
just like
stoked.
you're stunned
No,
for
no,
a second
I'm
and then you
still
shake it off and
stoked.
you're in
You're
there.
still stoked. I would like to.
That wasn't expected. No one expects a 2 initiative increment.
I would like to. I'm going to come over to the I'm going to rush over to the corner of the boat, the bottom left corner of the boat. And as I'm going to give my last action to Greenie.
Okay.
And Greenie is going to begin to glow and hover above my head as I face over here, and I send him flying over, like, this little lizard here is going to see, like, coming up above Trey's head.
Uneven
this
littler lizard.
Yes.
Lizard bullet.
He's going to blap him. All right.
Is this an attack roll? Is it a save?
It's a basic will save.
Basic will save.
Oh no. They're beasts.
They are, in fact,
His
beasts.
+3 is gonna suck at this.
Not great. It's a
Uh-huh.
Easy's no good, very bad day.
29.
29? Really?
Really?
He's rolled 18 plus for most of his saves and attacks.
That succeeds. I'll get a little bit of damage
You get
on
one half?
though. Yeah, he's going to take half. It's
All right.
basic.
That's figured.
Alright. Excuse me.
It's just a basic lizard laser, really.
Basic.
Pretty ordinary.
Alright. Boop. That's going to be, so 9 spirit damage. And so,
Right in the soul.
yes. He's gonna hover above and then blap him real quick with his tongue. And then on his way back to me, he's going to give, you took some damage, right? You were the one.
Yeah.
You were the one. He's gonna give Trey a little kiss on the cheek. You
Oh,
can
we're
have
romantic
half of
both.
that
You
As-
get 4 health back.
HP.
MD.
And I'll catch him back in my hands. You did so good.
Cool, they're here now. Drop the ore. I pull out my shield
Ooh, okay.
and I stab the one in front of me and then raise the shield. So the one between me and Marius. Gang
Okay.
up.
Oh, gang up.
Gang
Right, you
up.
gotta be flanking. You got gang up mode.
Gang up style.
Rolled a 4.
Style.
It does not hit. I don't think a 22 against their flat-footed will hit
Not
them.
quite gonna do it.
No, I rolled 2 4s.
But not quite that bad.
That's it.
Oh,
Shield.
he's got the shield. He's putting it up. He's swinging. He's going for it. All right, little lizards. You hear a sound like bone cracking come from the top of the deck, combined with like the lash of a whip. And you look up for a moment and you see that Skywin has recovered herself and leveled this thing that she has, which she's holding like it's a gun, down at the little lizard in front of her and pulled back on a lever underneath it. And it has sucked some of these spikes out of the top of it and blasted them forward into this little lizard. She has what looks to you like a manticore shotgun. She just pulls and just goes pap and just shoots a bunch of spikes out
You
of
see
this
that,
thing.
Cammy? That's how you use a gun.
And it scatters and jumps back, and she
sublime.
drops the gun on the ground and switches to her rapier and just starts going to town. And she is spinning. Skywin is a little ginger blur up there on the top deck who very clearly knows what she is doing and is handling that pretty effectively.
the
Meanwhile,
shackles.
on the main deck, lizards.
Lizards.
Wah, wah, wah.
The first one next to Trey is gonna nip him.
Oh.
I roll 19 or 2, but there's no exception. 38 to hit
Yes,
you.
that will crit.
He gonna give you a little bit of a peck.
Little kiss.
Well, the good news is I have enough health that I'm actually not even after the crit.
Gonna be 52 points of piercing damage.
Still fine.
It's a pretty good little peck on the ground. You're at the height where this thing can like reach you. It's a little angry lizard man. He gonna slap you with his little lizard hand for 24. You are flat-footed.
27 becomes 25.
Ooh, still doesn't even get your flat-footed. And then he's gonna try it again. Nope, these little claws ain't doing
tried.
too good. He's going in for it. Little second lizard is going to try to bite MD again. Seems like the obvious thing to do. 36.
Because I raised my shield, does not crit.
Ooh, that's what we're looking for.
Thank you.
Shield at least the size of this little dingus. So you're going to take 14 points of piercing damage
This
there.
is really easy
We
for my
are-
spinner.
Absolutely all over the place in the damage rolls coming out of these things. We got 14, we got 56 or whatever I said to you.
52.
He is going to reach out and slap with a little claw hand. Ooh, probably 33? 33 actually.
Yeah.
Little claw hand. You
He's
got the little claw.
not happy I insulted his wrist.
18 points of slashing damage from he's figured out the wrist thing. And then pecking and slashing, scrabbling around, clawing at the front of your shield. Again, this thing is like a medium-sized dog, basically, that's made of talons and beak. And it's writhing. It's so wiggly as it moves around. And you can hear the little pops of static electricity across. It's not really scaly, just like wet, smooth flesh as it kind of rides against you. And then it hops back, throws its head back, and lets another one of these piercing little shrill barks out. Fortitude saves!
Again.
My fellows, this is a different one.
Everybody.
Ha.
Will this cause me damage?
No,
Okay.
this is the staggering yip.
Nat 20.
Yeah, you're good.
34.
You're good.
19 plus 12 is the
A lot. You're good.
30.
14 for a 27.
You are stunned too.
28.
You're good. We did it, lads.
hey,
actually,
we
no,
found
27.
it.
You're good too, actually. You're both good. Everyone resists that one. You've heard it once. I caught you off guard the first time.
You hear it once, you hear it
Now
a
we
thousand
can-
times.
You caught it
Clap
off.
for that.
You know what you're about.
Stop. It's bad luck.
And
Last
then
time we
have-
clapped, he almost died.
Well, I can't die again.
Don't let him drown your spirit.
The one in the back is going to hop up around MD and up onto the stern of the little lifeboat, now short one oar. And as it gets up there, it's going to jump and kind of writhe and shake. You're going to see some little more pops of energy, but it's going to shake off water like a dog. But there's something else shedding off of it as well. Fortitude saves from Marius and MD.
Rolled 18 on the die this time for a total of a 31.
Good?
Make fortitude saves.
24.
That's a regular failure. Both of you guys are going to take. Both of you take 15 points of poison damage. And then that's it for you because you succeeded on the save. 15. Marius, you feel first this strange.
Wait, just making sure. I think I still failed, but if it's against, or can I do a saving throw against poison then?
It is poison. This is
So
against
the
poison.
+1, that would have been 20.
Still not gonna do it. 20 definitely still not gonna make it. You feel this burn, almost like poison.
Oh wait, no, 25. Sorry.
Yeah,
I did
25 still
that.
not gonna do it. Still like it's almost like
Wait, what
poison
about a
ivy,
26?
but worse.
Oh, actually, actually, it would
Are
have
you
been
serious?
26.
Are you serious? Come on.
Is it actually 26?
Yeah, because I forgot I had the greater decent poison protection.
Cool
so
stuff.
That's +2.
Then you're good.
Yeah!
We got there.
Trey.
This never comes up.
Oh, but wait, I'm
What
fine.
about?
The power of debate.
I'm upset at this thing. So I'm going to stand up.
Stand up's always a good first step.
I'm going to draw my pokey stick. And I'm going to take it in both hands and stab down on this thing.
It's very small. Poke the spaghetti.
Dual-handed assault.
Spaghetti.
Oh, just big swing. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Big baseball
I
bat.
only got one action, so there's a bop.
You do so good.
It still probably hits. That's a 29.
29 absolutely hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely gonna hit.
I'm not concerned if I roll a 9 on the die because I will still hit most
Because
things.
this is the one that has taken damage also.
And I get to roll d8s because I'm fancy.
Fancy.
That is 6 and 7. Am I stoked?
No, Marius. is
Okay,
stoked.
just making sure.
Marius.
So
I'm still stoked.
I'm so stoked.
13
right now.
damage.
6 and 7. Oh, so it was one of those, both the dice together?
4 and 2.
Oh, okay. I was like 6 and 7. I was like, surely you have a modifier on there. Okay, 13 points of damage. You know what you're doing. The big overhead blap. Marius.
Speaking of overhead blap, I would like to kind of like jump up and try to get onto the, the netting
Rigging.
on the mast.
Maybe
The
an athletics check. It's not a particularly tall mast. It's not. It's made to be climbed, and it's not hard to get into. But doing it quickly in the stress of combat,
14 for 28.
28 will easily do it. Yes.
Ah.
You can very easily get up about 10 feet up into the rigging there, up towards where the crossbeam is for this one little sail this barge has.
I'm the pirate now. Okay, hunt prey on the one that's closest. I guess closest to the edge.
The one that
let's
just
say.
shook him. Oh, towards the edge. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And then I'll give him a little hunted shot.
Okie dokie. Get up out of their range.
That's probably not gonna hit. For a 28.
Absolutely is.
Okay, 28, and the other one probably went with a 20.
20 was not. No, you get one good hit. That's the one near the edge. That's number 2.
For 8, 11.
A solid shot and easy.
Wait, what did Stoke do?
Oh, you get 3 extra damage on every damage roll.
14.
14.
Easy. Yeah, I told you. You get to take a turn now.
Whoa.
It's happening.
It's
You get to
happening.
go.
All right. So this
Also,
is
these screeches are definitely auditory effects. So just screeching.
Oh, I could have been counterpoint.
You could have the first one because you didn't have a reaction. But
True. The next.
I mean, everyone made the last one, so you're good.
Okay. So I'm gonna. This is honestly what I've been wanting the whole time. Just light of day. I'm out on the boat with pirates.
Very
So-
heavy fog,
Very heavy fog.
weird lizards.
But it's sunny
Ghost
and it's
ship.
nice. Oh, so by the light of day, these foul beasts I will slay. These are some cute lizards, but I won't hesitate to eat their gizzards because that'd be the pirate's way. And so as
We're back.
We're so back.
We're back.
the bow like charges up with light as I'm doing this, and then everyone has courage, and then I just point out the bow at the end with the last note, and it shoots out a chromatic ray at the lizard.
Ooh, which
Oh,
lizard?
Yeah.
The one that Trey's. There's 2 have taken damage. The 2 nearest the edge have taken damage. The one fighting Trey and the one next to MD.
Is the one next to Trey the weakest, or the?
Yeah, that's the one that's close to her for sure.
Blast him, yeah.
Blast him.
Let's see.
started
So I gotta do a
blasting.
spell attack roll. 16 plus 16, 32.
Absolutely hits.
Okay. So this one, I roll a 1d4.
Yes,
to
the
see-
random ray.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
Could be any-
You shoot the funny laser.
Please get lightning because it would be very funny.
I got 2, which is acid.
Okay.
40 acid damage to the target.
just 40. Just
Yep.
straight
Yeah,
up
this
40.
is straight up
It
damage.
does a flat number.
Wow, he's dead. That's you dissolved him. He's gone. Like this.
And I just look at it like, what did I
That's
do?
40's a big number. Yeah, he's
my
gone
gosh.
now. That's
I think it's just plus 10 damage per spell level.
Yeah,
you
it's-
have straight up dissolved that lizard. And sizable portion of the deck, and Skywind's probably not going to be happy about that.
I'm behind the thing. She doesn't see me.
She doesn't
She doesn't know
see
where that
any of
came
this
from.
right now, but she will.
Everybody watch out! The lizards come do acid damage.
Oh my gosh!
They blow up into like acid if you hit them.
Watch
You
out!
flashed a light on it and it just turned into
It
acid.
just went boom. It just turned into goop and was gone. Like, absolutely phased from reality. Cammy.
Okay.
40's a big number, man.
Oh my gosh, that's huge.
Big
Dang.
Dang.
dying.
I'm so slow, guys. I can't get to where I want to go. That's okay. I don't need to. I'm gonna do my own thing. I would like to. First, I'm going to sustain the stoke on our dear friend Marius. And then I'm going to look at the one that is nearest to the boat. That lizard.
on the
The
little
smaller boat.
The one on the.
Oh, okay, the one that's up
dinghy.
on the little lifeboat.
The
Yes.
I was like, the nearest to the boat. You are all on the
yeah,
boat.
mhm.
This is
No,
happening on
that's
the deck of the
understandable.
boat.
That's
Okay, no, I get what you're
understandable.
going
That's
for.
funny.
The one that's the one shaking off like a wet dog.
And I would like to. I haven't done this guy in a minute. So I would like to cast Malicious Shadow on this fellow. So
Make a basic will first, or
just bear a second.
please hold. This spell card has 2 sides.
It's got a lot of sides. I don't think so, actually.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Summons
I just make
basically
attack.
spirit weapon.
I know you make attack rolls for the whacking. Okay.
And I will. As this little guy sees
Is
the.
it time? Are we gonna get
The blessed? Probably not. As
Well,
this
where's
little
the
guy.
confidence? Come on, not with that attitude, you're not.
Do you know how many 20s you've rolled
I've had
recently?
this since we installed this
You,
system.
I think 50% of your rolls in this chapter have been
You know
20.
what? You're right.
So
you're
like,
right. This little guy sees the shadow underneath one of these little paddles on the dinghy start to sort of shimmer until it comes up to hit him in the face.
see, your problem is hitting him with the actual ore. You're supposed to hit him with the shadow of the ore.
Yes.
You idiot. You fool. You absolute buffoon.
Here we go.
Shadow is like an
10
aura?
intelligence.
No.
That's so half of a 20.
You know what? And I'm going to try again. That was a 2.
That is the first half
It
of the
was-
20.
If
Yes,
the first
all
It is
right.
the, it's
Try
the first
again.
step.
Yeah, step
At the
1.
end
Give
of
me
the
step
day,
2.
We got it.
Just
So
put it,
thank
now
you.
roll a 0, and then if you put them together,
She used the
What if
wrong
you got-
shadow.
Okay.
Take
Thank
the
you.
devil's deal.
Don't do
Do
it.
it.
No, it's not that serious. I would literally not worth it. This is
I'm not
like
touching that.
a weird eel on the ship. This is
He's got legs.
this is a bonus fight. This is
Him having
a
legs
side
makes
quest.
him
I'm
a
not
weird
doing
eel.
that.
What are you doing?
Thank you to Scott.
Scott.
When
enemy's
I
back.
form the shadow of the oar, it comes out a little crooked, and just before it hits him, I go, "Oh, wait a second," and I straighten that up. It's good. I mean, that's a 14 on the die, so that's going to be a 30 to hit.
Yeah, 30's gonna hit him.
Yay!
Bonk.
Let me.
He's
take-
also flat-footed to the shadow.
Fair enough. You get bonked.
Because gang up. It's a thing that is.
Oh, it's making attacks? Yeah, it's actual attacks,
Yeah.
so it'll be flat-footed to gang up. Well, is gang up both ways?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fair enough.
New game.
He got buffed. It was already insane, and it got
Yep.
buffed.
I
Yeah.
know, yeah, it's a weird decision, but hey, I
Yeah.
take it.
I ain't gonna complain. It's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. It's stronger. I
You hit him
present
for 59.
with 59 damage.
Watching these little.
How much
It's
damage?
14.
14. Okay.
It's a 5 and a 9, but the 5's on a percentile.
My
die.
lawyer tells me it's 59 damage.
MD, you are stunned dose.
You said I wasn't.
Oh, never mind. We found out you were.
Oh, never
You're
mind.
good.
You're not.
You're good. Right. I thought you were.
Oh,
and then I
by
was
the
like, wait
way,
a second.
does
no.
that count as an ally making a melee strike against that lizard?
Sure.
Sure. While he gets hit by that, I'm going to opportune backstrike it.
Ooh,
With my-
while he's getting whacked by the shadow of an orb.
I see an opening come through. The blade of the longsword comes whipping out with a new 2 on the die. 4-4-2 is what we rolled so far with this weapon.
So anyway, it's your turn.
It's not my
Look,
turn.
And
This-
you get your reaction back. You can do it again.
I could do it again. This lizard directly on the side of the boat, closer to the water. I'm going to focus my attacks on him.
They both look equally lightly injured.
Yeah. He's
Exactly, actually.
out of Marius's reach now since Marius climbed up. So we're going to do a twin feint with the shield coming out first.
Okay.
The 17 on the die with the shield. For a total of
I'm confident.
a 35,
It's flat
36.
He's not
He's not
flat-footed.
flat-footed.
36. 36
Oh, yeah,
does
'cause-
crit though. On the not flat-footed, 36 crits because Inspire Courage.
I push him 5 feet with the shield crit spec
Off the bridge.
into the water.
Whack.
Bonk.
Yay.
Whack him off the boat. You kind of just whiff the second swing of the twin feint, but
He takes.
unless you're gonna follow him.
Follow him.
I
Do
can't.
it.
We've already established MD doesn't
Follow
swim.
the electric eel into the ocean.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? I'm trying to do math and they're distracting me right now.
Don't
No,
say math. Don't they have
Only
six-
attack, no math.
6, 12, 15, 30.
30 points of damage.
32.
32
Follow.
points
No
of
math.
damage.
Sweet
All right,
leg.
then you swing the sword after him, but you bash him off the ship so effectively that twin feint attack just goes nowhere. You have 1 action left.
I swing the
Follow.
sword back at the other guy.
Yeah, that one's regular flat-footed.
4 on the die.
We're so helpful.
It's all the sword attacks.
That little lizard plops into the water and starts kind of writhing. You hit it pretty freaking hard with your shield. And it's looks like it's just almost seizing, convulsing on the surface of the water there until you realize it's moving in a relatively specific pattern. It's waving back and forth, and these sparks across its skin are jumping and popping and growing in power as it whines and whines and whines, almost like it's rubbing the static energy out of its own skin. And as that starts to crackle, the one up on the lifeboat on the deck turns its head down and then starts doing the same thing up on the deck. This does provoke. They're just kind of noodling.
He's so
They're synchronized swimming.
Dude, they're dancing.
he's so out of reach.
Oh, they're so cute.
You're over there.
He just throws the spear.
You're gone.
It absolutely provokes, but I'm like
For some
looking
reason, I
at it
thought
like,
you were
oh,
where
I want to
Marius
hit
was.
you.
I thought you were where Marius was. I'm not really sure why.
Because we're always next to each other.
We started this
The
combat.
split front is somewhat new. And the two of them start to crackle, and then surges of lightning start to shoot out of them. It starts to grow into a field of crackling energy around each of them. And then it gets big enough that these jumps, these arcs, start to connect together into a massive wave near encompassing the whole ship. Need everybody to make me a reflex save.
Oh,
The lightning be coming.
Now will this make me take it?
Absolutely yes.
Okay,
This
let
one's gonna
me
do
give it
some
a shot
damage.
here.
32.
Your regular success.
Huh?
You are really good. We have feast and famine over here.
Yep.
I rolled a nat 1. He rolled a nat 20.
Well, you know what those are.
I rolled a 2 to disappear, so that didn't happen. And I rolled an 8 just for normal stuff. This was reflex?
Yep.
That's cool. That's a dirty 20.
Look at this spectrum here. Okay, so we have. What'd you get? The 20 of the 1?
Yeah, nat 20.
Critical success, critical failure, regular success, regular failure,
26.
regular failure.
I'm up on the ropes.
yay.
I'm not grounded, so the electricity
This is a
doesn't get to
basic
me.
save, so I'm going to say a number, and then you either multiply it by 2 or divide it in half or whatever for your various degrees of success against the crackling
Sorted out
I'm
ourselves.
supposed to
of
be
lightning.
good at reflex
You
saves.
figure this crap out. It is 14 points of
Oh.
electricity damage, 28 if you critically failed, 7 if you
know what?
regular
I
succeed.
Said
hate
figure
about
it
that.
out and then told us the numbers.
Yeah, he's
Well,
very
it was
nice.
a very easy number.
He's a
but
nice
it was
guy.
I hate about that is I have 27 health.
And you took 28
What are you?
points of electricity damage.
As the blast
man.
hits MD.
He and I have been getting
Every
walked
time that
on.
we think
I've
it's just
been
a fun
fighting
little
too.
fight, MD goes down.
I'm fighting too. No, as the electricity hits me,
We're like jumping the water.
MD's eyes roll in the back of his head. He looks like he's about to fall over, then he shoots back up, breathes out a little bit of smoke. Is that worker's ferocity for the day?
Ooh, he's not doing it. He ain't going down. These
I'm at
little
12.
lizards
Oh man.
are still going. They are
Oh, not for long.
through their turn. They are still shooting this lightning, and it is growing. It is only becoming stronger. These arcs thicker as they rip across this ship. You can see the one up on the top deck has fallen. Skywind's reloading this little manticore thing. Reese's about got the one at the far end, but the crew is getting ripped by these blasts of lightning. You see them dropping like flies. Trey.
I'm going to run over. And I'm going to stab the one that got knocked into the water.
Yeah, you can absolutely reach it with 10 feet. It's only like a 6-foot deck.
Yep. So I'm going to rush over to exactly right there. And then just off the edge of the deck, doing a far lunge, stabbing out at this one that looks clearly weaker than the other.
It is very hurt. It got bashed incredibly hard.
37.
Crits.
It's dead.
It's super dead.
Because
no
two-handed assault.
no
crit.
universe that thing's surviving
Yeah.
that. Reached out. Quit it!
Stop that.
Get some help. Big
then-
two-handed. Oh, just regular stab, not two-handed.
Dual-handed.
Oh, big two-handed.
I'm trying to
swing
kill
from
that.
Trey. Well, you have succeeded at killing it.
A few other things would happen. For instance, it's a clumsy dead body.
It's a very clumsy dead body.
And then bringing the spear back up, I will turn around and just try to quickly jab this up
That could be a good stab.
for a 19.
19 is not going to do it. So this
I
one
don't think a
is-
4 on the second attack is going to hit
It
much.
is still going on its own. It's still shooting this lightning. It's still kind of turning and rubbing, wrapping its body around itself to generate this energy. But the size and the intensity of this drops a lot when one of them is taken out. And it's just the one now that's contributing to this explosion. Marius.
All right, I had something prepared for this. Cammy's so slow she can't get to where she wants to go, but luckily I'm stoked and I've got a bow.
Oh, hey!
And he throws the die out the tray.
It's a 3. It's a 3.
It
That's
doesn't
a
count. If it's not a trade, don't count. Get that. Get it back.
15 plus 18 for 30,
It hits.
32.
Wow.
Are you guys all right?
No.
I don't.
For
They rolled a 3 again.
6, 12.
Alrighty.
The one time we can't get dice in
Yeah.
the tray, he says, ask if we're all right.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
another 18 plus 15. So
Hits.
Okay. For 8 and is stoked to apply multiple times.
Every
time.
attack.
Every time.
Every damage roll. That's
8
why you got it,
for
brother.
12. Wait.
4 plus 8.
Yeah. Plus. Yeah. That's 12 plus 6. Right. Yeah.
Keep in mind, Stoke the
12.
Heart and
These numbers are fun. Okay, 12 points of damage.
he
Okay.
don't
Another one.
2 solid hits.
15 for plus 13. I think that hits.
Hits.
Again. For another 8 plus 6. So
Please stop doing the lightning thing.
We do not like this.
Yeah. So that's another 12. And I think I've got one more.
You got another one in you?
Yeah, dude.
Wait, deadly aim.
Okay, all right, let's see. That's a 12 plus 12, 24.
24 does not hit.
Oh.
Last arrow's not gonna let you almost.
Wait, but
You
does a
were-
25?
Shut up. You were pretty close.
Wait, what about
He is. You almost one rounded it down. 3 arrows landing in this thing as it's dancing. It starts to kind of jerk and twist. It's still focusing on keeping this lightning coming out, though. Kevin, easy.
Okay.
Over the
So
rock.
MD looks not very well.
I have to have done that math wrong, right?
Easy.
I did do
No
that math wrong.
Just
No.
kill.
Oh well.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a deep old breath. And be like, I love the salt spray. Out here on the bay. Come on, MD, take a deep breath. It's time for little lizard death. Come on, let's play. And that's a good old soothe for you.
You do realize we're on a freshwater river, right?
Little lake. You haven't even gone to the river.
We haven't even gone
Tough
to the river yet.
crowd,
still-
man. He's
Do
healing.
you want to soothe or not? Roll a flat check, soothe boy, and you give
Everybody-
me the healing.
I rolled a
Yeah, level
16.
3. So 3, 10,
Dang. Hey, I want some of that.
30, 10. Wow. 10, 7, 8. 10, 7, 8.
25.
Plus
39.
4 each.
So plus
39
12,
total.
39, yeah.
Yeah,
39 helped the MD.
And then you roll for that stress.
He did it. He got it.
Oh.
He got a stress back.
Roll again.
And then that's also courage.
He's also,
Also
he
correct.
does everything.
I don't know how dead it was, but I left off 4
That's not
damage.
quite enough.
Okay.
KME.
Hey,
Do it.
that's me.
Do it. Finish it off.
Hit it with the stick.
Okay.
Roll that 20.
Paddle.
Shoot
Paddle.
him.
Here we go.
Paddle.
Paddle.
Paddle. Paddle. Paddle. Paddle.
5.
Yeah!
That's a quarter
Does
of
the
a
loser
20.
get
Thank
into
you,
a fraternity?
thank you. That is a total of a 21 to hit.
No.
22.
I'm okay.
Still no.
Anyway, you're stoked. See if we get back around to you. We'll see that happen. That'll
I'm
be great.
sure that's gonna happen.
You have one action left still. That was
man.
sustain, one more.
Can you make it attack again with a map?
Can I what?
Make it hit.
I think
again.
it's on her
It's
sustain.
when you sustain it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on my sustain.
So you have one action left.
I could throw a stick.
She could
You
have
can
catched
do
it.
it.
That's how
I
you
still got that chair leg from the Professor X fight. And you know what?
Professor X.
I won.
Mr. X.
Mr. X.
Yeah.
Those are very different characters. Equally bald, but
you
very
knew
different.
who I was talking about. I'm throwing the stick. What do I add to that? I want to get the net 20.
Take your range
Did that?
spell attack.
No, that.
What's the difference between your intelligence and your dexterity?
Exactly.
It is 2.
So roll a spell attack -2.
Excellent. That is also a 5.
All right, cool. MD, please save me from the cyclical hell. It has 6 hit points.
I'm gonna bash it with the shield.
Yeah.
Get back in the water, you
Roll a
stupid.
5.
that's
I
the
rolled
other
an 8 on the die.
That's probably good
plus
enough.
18, 26 against his
one. Okay,
flat-footed.
hit
Yeah.
you. What happens? What happens to
He could theoretically
Hold on,
this?
now
Has
let him
gone
roll
on
damage.
for too long.
Bop. Done. You stop that. You quit that.
You just whack it with the shield.
like a Looney Tunes. You just pop it over the head and
You got what, a wooden shield?
It's a still shield.
Steel shield? Oh, there's electricity surging out of this thing, all attracted into the shield as you just almost magnetically pulled it straight down and to smash this thing in
I'm
the
wearing
boat.
a
It
lot
just-
of metal. That is why I
too.
crit failed. I am wearing a lot of metal.
It crumples. It dies. These weird little lizards are dead. 3 of the bodies left on the deck, 2 knocked overboard during the fight. A lot of the crew dying or unconscious or at the brink spread across the deck from this electricity that was surging out from these things. Immediately, the deck is a scramble as everybody runs to try to help the wounded. People sprint for supplies. Reese and Skywind are doing their best. The ship is not really kitted or prepared for this kind of an engagement, to fight a thing like this.
I'm gonna. Kami still has the wand of healing on her, right?
Yeah,
Right. I'm gonna
yeah.
grab it off her body and use it.
Just
I have
helping as you
religious-
can. Just hit
help
somebody.
yourself.
Yeah,
then.
with the level 3 charge, so it's the ammunition. I have the
3
religious from cathartic.
Oh, you can. Oh, you have the cathartic might, so you can
Yep.
use it as the big action until they heal across the entire ship. Okay, I see what you're going for.
Yep.
You channel that out, and the wave of energy from this wand washes across the deck. It's big enough to catch pretty much everybody, bringing everyone back, making sure nobody is lost to this. Still a lot of injuries, still a lot of damage, and behind you in the fog, you again see a glimpse of the prow of this ship, with its blood-red sails just peeking through the mist before it fades back out in the distance behind you again.
Just kind of hand the stick back to Cammy. Thanks.
But with that, victorious over whatever these things were. That will end today's session.
Not
Today's
friend-shaped.
adventure in Strange Aeons. Not friend shape, no. They don't seem to be very happy little lightning lizards,
No,
whatever they are.
The problem is they are friend shaped. They're also just very angry.
But they attacked together viciously, almost as a unit. They didn't have battlefield intelligence or anything, but that was certainly more than like a pack of wolves. They came up as one. They worked together with this lightning blast. Those who know normal river
warfare lore.
animals, you would definitely know they aren't smart enough to use real
Wait,
tactics.
actually, yes.
But-
Somehow
oh, yeah,
they're using tactics.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They you would notice that they didn't like have great fight tactics, but they definitely all came together and
Coordination.
attacked as one, and like they targeted this ship. They came very intentionally after the Selen Starling and everyone aboard. And you, Marius, with your knowledge of the wildlife around here, would be positive that that is no normal animal. That's nothing that usually lurks in these rivers or these woods. That is not something that lives.
Oh, them
Around
just
this area.
taser otters.
Just good old taser otters. Yeah, they do happen sometimes. You find them taser otters down the
Back
waterways.
it down the creek, we eat them taser otters. You're at a taser otter fritter.
When I
You know,
named-
that's a very true statement for someone to say around these parts. So that is something someone
when I
would
named
say.
this episode Horror Campaign and put the funny lizard on the thumbnail, what I thought was going to happen was talking to the King of Yellow and then fighting the funny wiggly lightning lizards.
Why not?
And then, 50 woes happened. And it ended up actually kind of, being a horror campaign for a little bit in the middle there.
It never stopped.
And now he's
It always
very
was.
frightened.
What did I call them? Taser otters?
Forgot. You just said words.
I just said words.
that is his MO. This man says stuff and forgets it immediately.
But that's going to be it for us today. Good
I
news,
saw
everyone.
Otters up there in the chat, and I'm just like, that's not what I said, is it?
That's not it for the UGT show. There's more undeniably good times coming in the very near future, especially tomorrow, where at 4 p.m. Eastern, right here, twitch.tv/UGT show, we have not just another everyday episode of Abomination Vaults, but the season finale, the final episode of this chapter of the Godlights. Down as deep as we can.
We also woke up without these.
Yes.
That just wasn't
I
mentioned.
did kind of forget to cover that. You're right. We should talk about that next week. But yeah, the stuff you found in the dream you don't have. I was also not expecting horrible murder at the end of the dream.
Dream
We'll cover all that
items.
in a little bit. But tomorrow, finale of Abomination Vaults. Come hang out with the weird fellas, which are somehow
The pious puppy.
the pious puppy and what I guess turned out to be Atari's best hope against this crap. These guys. Honestly, a tagline we could put upon pretty much every campaign we've ever
Bashes.
run, really, is like, these idiots are somehow
Yeah.
the best hope for humanity. But boy, howdy, does it feel real fitting on the cat toy magician and the pious puppy and the rest of Bug Girl and everybody else in Abomination
It
Vault.
went from
I don't
the-
have a funny title for the other two.
Well, it went from the heroes of Otari to the explorers of the Godlight. Because we're not heroes at this
That's
point.
fair. I have repeatedly also had to say, I can't call you guys the heroes. You're the protagonists, maybe, but Strange Aeons, we're not the heroes.
We're not
the
heroes.
Explorers is a good title. Come hang out
The characters.
with
The
Nick,
main characters.
You can call us the Dreamlands.
Roisin Dalren from Age of Ashes, running the finale of his first adventure here on the UGT show. And then if you want more funny dice nonsense, good news. You don't have to eat your weekend afternoons if you don't want to. That's a good slot for a lot of people, but weekday evenings is pretty good for a bunch of others. How about a Wednesday? How about a Wednesday at like 7 p.m. Eastern? How about some Starfinder? And more specific, Starfinder. Secrets between the stars. These 3 idiots. And some other idiots. And also Corey.
Who's also an idiot. Yeah.
That's fair. A lot of idiots around a table doing idiot stuff in space. Very different tone from the horror campaign of Strange Aeons and the horror-adjacent campaign of Abomination Vaults. Much goofier, much more shenanigans, much more raiding vending machines and going on awkward dates and, you know...
Hiding your friends in your mouth.
Hiding your friends. I hate it. I hate it.
It's legal.
The stuff crap in your mouth
It shouldn't be.
is my least favorite thing that exists.
That's key.
Wait, is one of you playing Kirby?
No.
What?
Watch the episode.
Thank you guys for the
This season.
insane
I
amount of
work at
support
that time.
today, most of
Watch
which was a
Mod.
very direct attempt to kill the party, which did succeed once and got us to the very brink of what happens at the third madness, which I have said before, as far as severity and impact, is on par with a character death. Is that level of severity. Bad things are coming. Your support today was phenomenal. If you want a little bit of extra content, if you want to support the show directly with something a little bit less murdery, or just something that gets you some more content, we got a Patreon. We got a Ko-fi is apparently how you say it in words.
Yeah.
Both of those give you
It's
access
coffee.
to our post
I
shows.
don't care what the creator says.
Extra content we record after every single episode we do here on the UGT show. Either of those places will get you all those. We're about to record one right now. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you back here tomorrow for the Abomination Vaults finale. Good night. Stay safe. Stay sane.
Oh, yeah. Round of applause. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.